Yes, people, welcome to another show, Gooners Therapy,
Good evening,
Monday night. Welcome to obviously Realist Gooner, Waffle Dot in the house again. Hugo is back. Jason is making his debut. Big up, Jason. And of course, the courageous, the Greek god himself, James, is here.
We're all Persian. Alexander the Great, Macedonian boy. 3/4 of the world were Persian.
He's on his phone today, but hopefully next week he's going to learn how to.
I will, man.
Set the laptop.
I will.
But yeah, obviously,
you see, it's the image of a Greek god. It's like you're looking up in the clouds. That's why it's messed up.
Listen, it was a big weekend of football. Obviously, the gap was 5 points. It's back to 2 points. Manchester City with a convincing 3-0 win. We're going to start off with the Arsenal's win, of course. You know, it was 3 points is 3 points, but that was one of the poorest performances probably I've seen in the last 2 seasons, I would say, at the Emirates. I want to go to Waffle first on this. Me and Dan was obviously at the game. Hugo, Jason, Dana, and Greek, the Godims, we've all done our AFTV fan cams and whatnot. I want to get you, Waffles, your initial reaction to the game, my friend.
Well, to be honest, I was really annoyed after the game, to be honest. Let's get the positives out the way in it, because, you know, everyone's going to say, well, we still got 3 points, which is a fact. Mm-hmm. But on the negative side, I wasn't expecting that performance. And I kind of felt like we all felt that this game was going to be too easy. You know, bottom of the league, everyone's saying 4-5s, you know. Maybe that seeped into the players as well, mentality as well, thinking, you know what, it's going to be an easy game. But there's no easy games in the Premier League, which was proven on Saturday evening under the lights, as you guys know. Even today I spoke to Dan earlier, and I was like, I'm still annoyed about it, man, because the way, you know, our attitude in the game and the way we approached that game, I didn't know what to think. Was it tiredness? Was it mentality? Was it Rice looked tired to me, but that's just looking at individual players. I don't know what happened to us, to be honest. So I'm looking for answers from, you know, you guys as well. But yeah, initially we got over the line, but we can't go into games like that with that mentality, man. We need to.
Where do you think it went wrong, Waffle? What was the issue on the weekend?
As I said, I just felt that, you know what, we can pick at like the, you know, the team selection, you know, who should have played, who shouldn't have played. But that team's, whoever we put out, we could have put out like our bloody under 15s, you know what I mean, on Saturday, and they would have probably, you know, shown a bit more oomph in the game. I don't know what's gone wrong, man. I don't know. As I said, I don't know whether the players just thought this was just gonna just be a walk in the park, and the execution, we can talk about Gyökeres, and we can talk about, you know, the attack. You know, even looking at is it Hwang? Is it name Hwang, in it?
He scored I think he scored against us last year, I think.
Yeah, did you see that attack when he was just like literally just running, and all the players are just chasing him. I've got like a screenshot on my phone. I was like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? It's better execution. He scores. I don't know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this, on both the manager and the players. I thought the players were disgusting on Saturday.
I'm with you.
I thought they were horrible on Saturday, and I know everyone likes to jump on the manager and all of that kind of stuff, and I'm not sticking up for him. I'm not an Arteta. I'm not like an Arteta ring guy, and I'm not gonna do the whole negative spiel, get out, because I've got a lot of people on my side that are Arteta outs and all that. I've already made my bed with, you know what I mean, Arteta. If you don't win anything, I want him out there at the end of the season. But that's not the conversation right now. The conversation is, why was our players not up for the game, knowing full well that City, are on our tails right now? We go forward, we lose, whatever happens against Everton, City are definitely going 3 points ahead of us when they play their match. There's no way they're losing to West Ham or drawing to 100%. West Ham. So, we need to get our act together. We need to start, thinking, you know what, City are on our tails now, and this, it's crunch time now. We need to have that attitude where, we just need to win games, because we've seen this all before, guys. We've seen this playbook before. Well done, Man United. 3-2. Thank you.
3-2 United,
yeah. So that's all I got to say on the matter at the moment.
Hugo, what you telling us, bro?
Bro, man, I echo those sentiments to some degree as well. I'm going to use a word what Robbie's daughter Kenya said in her fan cam. Big up Kenya, by the way. She used that word that you just used, disgusting. That's how I feel. It was disgusting. It was disgraceful. It was horrible. It was our worst performance of the season. Am I surprised? Yes and no. Yes, as in, we all sat here, all of us three at the top. We said 6-0, 6-0, 5-0, 4-0. We expect, this is possibly the worst Premiership team ever in history with 2 points. Possibly they could finish. God knows how it will finish at the end of the season. But it's what you just said, and it's what realist Dan said as well. It's what I said in my fan cam. We've seen this script before. You said we've seen this movie before. And Waffle, what did you just say just now? We've seen this playbook before. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
We've all seen it. We've all seen it. And unfortunately, the players have seen it. Now, the issue this is where I blame the manager. 22-23 season, yeah? What a phenomenal season. What a way when we would start games, fast pace, the games would be over within 20 minutes, half an hour. Do you remember that season when we had Xhaka?
Crazy.
Xhaka's last season. We would stick it on teams, especially at home. There has been a tactical change, especially since last year. And the tactical change is, be patient, guys. Be patient. Hold the ball, guys. Push it left, right. The goal will come, guys. That's what's happened, bro. And last year, too many of those games became draws, and it cost us the season. It cost us the league. I'm afraid that we're going down the same route, and that energy has to come from the manager. Yes, I agree that the players have to take some accountability. Some of the misses that were dreadful, but it rolls around the tactics. I'll give you another example. Eze, superb for Crystal Palace. He's looking like a shadow of himself in the last few games. Where is the creativity gone? Why is he not allowed to express himself? You can't just become a player like that good and just turn crap all of a sudden. And we've seen that because Arteta stifles that kind of creativity. Arteta also finds it hard to deal with big personalities. Aubameyang said it. Our striker issue. We've got a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? This guy I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to call me on that. We've got a bodybuilder up front who's too nice. You can't have it. You need a striker with personality.
Facts, Hugo. See on
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Not once.
You need
But
personality.
Hugo, on that point, let me just. Sorry to stop you.
Go.
Not once do I see that man screaming at anyone or demanding the ball or getting upset or doing any of these things. He's just Mr. Nice Guy, placid.
Hair flick. Do you know what I mean? And people take the mick out of it. But you know what we need in this team. This is why I don't think Arteta is going to take us over the line. You need a little bit of that pizzazz. You need a bit of that star quality. You need to have one or two players with a bit of attitude. Do you know what I mean? The Wayne Rooneys, the Keanes, the Henrys. But he can't handle them personalities. He couldn't handle Aubameyang. He couldn't handle Ozil. I'm not saying that we can go into that another time, but you need that sometimes to get over the line. That bit of, and you said it, Waffle, last week. You made a brilliant point. He's not used to having a striker either. So, we've kind of fitted people around.
Hugo, I have to say, I agree with most of the things you're saying, but you see with the personality thing, I think that's a bit of a myth because the perfect example for me is PSG. You looked at PSG and there was egos in there, non-stop, loads of egos, right? Neymar, Messi, they had the best, on paper, that's a PlayStation front three, Neymar, Messi and Mbappe. They had all of these stars. They could not win that Champions League. They couldn't win it. No matter, it was too many egos. And what happened? Enrique went in and when it got good, young French players that were hungry, wanted to win. You know, there was only one maybe, and that was Dembele, but he managed to change under him and went on to win a Ballon d'Or because he changed his ways. He became a different person, became a different player. And if you read into Dembele, the transformation, he stopped going out. He stopped loads of things with Enrique. And for me, I don't agree with that at all. I think Arteta's done the right thing in the players he's got. He's got players that want to buy for the club, that want to play for the club. Some fans, some of these players even support Arsenal. I think he's got the right players, and that's why he has to win now. You know, I agree. You might need a little bit more character, but that's on the players to do that. I don't think Arteta's holding back the character on the pitch.
I think
Can I say something?
Go on, Jay.
Can I say something? Right. First of all, Waffle, there's a lot of positive. There's four major reasons when you ask the question why they performed like that. I don't know what levels, right? It's not that you have to play to a certain level, but I was at Arsenal Academy when I was 10, Chelsea 15, Tottenham 16. He even used to play at Hackney Marshes. Any football, right? You'll get games like that. You have no God-given right to win any match anywhere on this planet. When all this stuff about Chelsea, if they had 8 players, you could lose, right? People need to snap out of this. It's like I'm not accusing you lot, but there's this illness, privileged fan illness, right? You have to earn it. Those players on millions of bucks, need to pull their finger out. But listen, there's a lot of things that haven't been mentioned. These are not excuses, but you have to look at the wider context and dynamics. What we keep getting is injuries, and they're different players each week, right? Different players each week. Now, you're right. If we had an Ian Wright, like Hugo's saying, right, and Alan Smith, a killer in the box, that's what we haven't had since. Do you know what? People slag off Giroud, but he was the last time you had a proper striker. Just briefly about Aubameyang Arteta can't handle big names. No, man. Yeah, the Johnny on the spot Aubameyang, he's doing a bit for Marseille now and he gets goals, right? And Ozil, one season, loads of assists for Henry and all this, right? You've got to look at it in context, Hugo, right? These people, these big shots, prima donnas who think they're bigger than the club, the day Arsenal turned this club around to become a big club like the old days, right, with George Graham and Arsene Wenger, was when he got rid of these people like Aubameyang. You can't win a team just based on one individual. The youngsters came in against a midweek away game against Chelsea, Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, and we mashed them because they started to play as a team. What he's got now is a team, right? So I will defend Arteta when
he was forced into that, by the way, when he brought those players.
Yeah, but you know what it is. Honestly,
no, one last thing.
I don't know.
One last thing, Dan.
Go back to Aubameyang and Ozil. We're way past that, bro.
No, one last thing. No, I'm coming back on what was being said. No, I'm coming back on what was being said because it's a lot of people say this. Oh, he can't manage big players. Rubbish, mate. Anyway, the other thing is this. The key issue that's been touched on, and this is, and I'll finish on this, and I said in a lot of my interviews on FTV, Arteta has shown he was a captain for Arsene Wenger, right? Right, the guy's a fighter. He's a leader, right? When he played, right, he was a brilliant midfielder in Glasgow Rangers. Basically, that season, when we, at the first 19 league games 3 years ago, we won 17, we lost 3-1 at Man United, and we drew a game as well, right? None of you saw that coming. None of you. Last season, right, no one saw that we would beat Real Madrid without Magalhaes, right? So he has got that ability. But the key issue that's been touched on, and Hugo's quite right, is this. When he lost that league, right, with a few games to go and City came back, he did change the tactics. I said it, right? And it was like, you must not let a goal in. But I'll tell you what, mate, if you don't score a goal, you ain't winning anything, right? So this cautious. He never unleashes the dogs. Odegaard, Saka, same old thing. Saka, Odegaard. What does the other team do? Kick the hell out of them two. Arsenal done, right? So basically, now it's more spread, right? It's more spread, right? So the key, I'll finish on this, is this. His over-cautious stuff, sat back against Sunderland, sat back against Chelsea, get the goal. Mate, your team is not as good as George Graham's team, right? With Paul Merson, Ian Wright, Paul Davis, David Rocastle, all these players, right? So this sitting back...
James, let me come in with the sitting back thing, because it's been a big topic of discussion, right? And obviously, on AFTV, you know, Robbie and his fan.
I saw Trevor Arsenal today was brilliant.
Yeah, so Robbie obviously wasn't like everyone was saying this on Arteta. Robbie was like, no, the players have to take the responsibility. And what's
yeah, Wolf was right.
Listen, what was really interesting is in Arteta's interview, they asked him about that, and he said, no way in hell would I be telling any players to go that deep and not to press the ball. So that wasn't Arteta's instructions. I sit behind Arteta, and Arteta was going like that, telling them like a crazy man to press the ball. The players, I saw Declan Rice go like that to the players.
Yeah.
Let's get back.
He walks off angry, Declan Rice.
What
does that mean that Arteta can't control the players then, Dan?
Let me finish. What happened is, he's not on the pitch, is he? We got to the 90th minute, and it was only the 90th minute that Wolves had the ball for about 3 or 4 minutes. Before that, we were still attacking, and we should have made it 2, should have made it 3. Didn't happen. We had a few chances. Trossard had a chance, went side netting. When it said 90, when it was 90 minutes on the clock, 89, 90, is then when Wolves had the ball and no one was pressing them. And the whole stadium could feel it. Every single one of us could feel it, that they were going to have one shot and they were going to score. And it happened. And then after that, Odegaard, the first thing he did from when they got the ball after we took centre was press him like a madman. And I thought, where was that 1 minute ago? Where was that 1 minute ago? So for me, he's the captain on the pitch. He's the one who loves to press. Why wasn't he doing it? Why wasn't the players pressing when Wolves had the ball?
Yeah, that season when we were brilliant, Odegaard is a leader. That's why I pick him. He press, he's got vision. Eze's got skills, mate, but he walks around like an Ozil. He needs to flip in, sort himself out, mate.
James, on that point though, but you look at Man City last year when we sat back when we were winning 2-1, same thing.
Yeah,
happened.
you're right. You're right, Hugo.
You look at Sunderland
Hugo. Man City was totally different.
There's
Man City was totally different.
Bro. So
wait. Hugo, listen to Daniel. Daniel's going to explain why it's different. Go on, Daniel.
Man City, we had 10 men. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? We're with 10 men.
Granted that,
everyone accepted why we had to do that. You know, Sunderland as well. But this is what I'm saying to you.
Aston Villa, we did it.
It's not Arteta.
Sunderland, we did it.
Sunderland, the players naturally did drop back, and I feel like they should have went forward. But what I'm saying to you is,
Villa,
when Arteta's asked about it, when he's asked about it, and Chelsea, we was the one attacking at the end, bro. We should have won it. Can I just
say something on this? You know what I've realised? When the team's playing well and it's fluid and everything's looking nice, it's all about Arteta. When the team's not playing well and we look like we're sitting back and we're not fluid, it's nothing to do with Arteta. Why is that always the case? Why is that always the case?
Daniel, seven way around. Daniel, seven way around, mate. When Arsenal don't do well, no, Daniel, seven way around, mate. Any second we lose or draw, Arteta out. Look at the facts, mate.
That's true.
No one said Arteta out though.
Listen,
but
look,
when we're
Dan,
doing well,
that's what they all say.
Dan,
That's
boys,
what they all
We've
say.
seen the trend there.
Boys,
We've seen the
let's
trend
go-
here with us looking like we're sitting
It's a
back.
trend, there is a
We're being
trend.
negative. It's sideways. It's nasty. We've seen.
Yeah,
this
you're
many
right.
times
That is
before.
rubbish. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's rubbish.
Dan, let's go to Jason.
Listen, we ain't heard,
and
that's what we ain't heard from you, Jason.
then we're going to read some of
Say your
the
thoughts.
we're going to read
Sorry,
some comments.
can I just one very quick point before Jason comes in? Sorry, very quick. Right, I play football at a high level. Right, basically, when you play against a low block, right, and this is where I'll criticise Arteta. Right, what you do, he's got the traits of Arsene Wenger and the directness. Well, not George Graham because he didn't play with him, but basically, you do one-touch football. People are making runs, and this touches on Gyökeres. You play those Zubimendi, Odegaard. You play these Eze through balls. Whether the geezer gets to it, and you play two strikers, mate. You play only one DM, right? Two attacking mids. The wingers attack. They only got 2 points, mate. You attack. You go for the jugular. And that's where I'll criticise Arteta, right? You got to attack all these teams. And with the ability and skills that we've got, with the stars and young cunts, we'll mash everyone up, right? That's where I'll criticise him, right? You need to attack one-touch football, and you need, last sentence, one shot in the whole half. You should be shooting non-stop, mate.
So based on what
Shoot.
you're saying, then,
You don't shoot, you don't score.
Do you know what's
funny
funny though?
James is a bit negative. Then is what you're saying.
We were shooting
Yes,
against Bruges,
because,
though, weren't we?
yes, Daniel, because 3 years ago when he lost that league, he went into this safety mode, right? But he's not George Graham, mate, right? And he's got this safety mode, and he sits back and invites it, and you're right. Carry on like this. Hugo and all them, they're right. We're winning at jack shit, mate.
Jason, what are you telling us, my bro? Just if you just want to, you listen to everyone talk, what everyone was saying. What's your thoughts on obviously the game? You know, whether it was down to Arteta or the team with the sitting back when Wolves got their goal. You know, just in general, what's your feel about everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a super interesting chat so far. I think there are positives and negatives. I think the first positive is that people seem to be forgetting that we won, which fundamentally, when you're playing a game of football, is the first and primary objective. We've done that. If I think back to games over the course of the season, so games like Fulham, games like Newcastle, even games like Bilbao, that probably a season ago, 2 seasons ago, certainly 3 seasons ago, we would have drawn. We've taken 3 points in all of those games. There aren't many games that I can think of where we've conceded that late and then been able to turn it around and shown the character and the mentality to be able to turn it around. So, and I'll get back onto this issue around the past. I think Dan made the point about everyone keeps going back to the past, and I don't understand it myself, but we'll get there. The second thing is that we've got 2 days off, or the players have got 2 days off, which is a great opportunity now, mentally and physically, to just go and reset, to just take in the last few.
It's the first time that we've not played a midweek game since August.
Exactly, and I think they absolutely need that. I think the opportunity to just kind of have a reset. One of the things that I'm always conscious of is that as fans, and I'll get onto this again later, we can be massively reactionary after every single game, and I think it's super important sometimes to take games and see it in a block. So you look at the block of games that we had: the Bayern game, the Chelsea game, the Tottenham game, the Villa game, the game last weekend, and then you look at it in context. It's not as bad as people are making out. Like when you look at them all together. I think the other thing that struck me as a positive was the players' reaction. Rice absolutely fuming. You want to see that. That's what you want to see. So when I'm hearing people saying that Arteta can't manage big characters, what's Declan Rice? If Declan Rice ain't a big character, I don't know what to say to anybody. And whilst I talk about the players' reaction, I
would say Gabriel's a big character as well. I wouldn't think look,
I don't think players like Saliba, who were courted by Real Madrid, Gabriel, Gabriel Jesus, who came in, Zinchenko when they came in. These are big. These are guys that have gone on and won things.
Yeah.
And we don't need to go back and dig up and dig up the past, but by all accounts, it didn't seem like many of the players were
Look, before we signed Aubameyang, the reason he hadn't been signed by a massive club was due to attitude. You look at Osimhen now; he hasn't been signed by a massive club, and a lot of it's wages, but a lot of it is attitude as well. So, and we took the punt on Aubameyang, and it worked. The guy was late. We've been around this story.
Exactly.
We don't need to go back to it. It was in 2020.
No.
The team was a shambles. He done well. He got us an FA Cup. He was a great goal scorer. Forget about it. It's done. I don't know why anyone brings up the past.
I do want to just touch on a couple of negatives
about the last few seasons.
I don't often get pulled into that space. By the same token, I read something today. I don't know how true it is. That they were talking about after the game. Arteta had kind of asked the players what they their reflection on the Wolves game and what they think went wrong, and what by all accounts came back was the miss of Gabriel. I find that concerning because we had to defend for 3 minutes of the game and couldn't do it. If Gabriel is listed as the main reason why we conceded that goal, that one is concerning on the players that were on the pitch. Two, also makes me think that for the next 6 months when he does come back, we're going to flog him again, and then we're going to get to February, we're going to get to March, April, and he's going to have no hamstrings, and we're going to get to the crunch time of the season, and it's going to fall apart. The other thing is just doing the basics every minute of every game, especially when you bring on 5 subs. We brought on 5 subs, and there was no reason for the energy in the team to be as flat as it was. When you bring on an Ødegaard, when you bring on a Jesus, when you bring on a Trossard, you bring on a Martinelli, you bring on a Marino, what you expect is to win your individual battles and to make the game difficult for Wolves, and we didn't do that. And that period of time, you guys mentioned that period of time when after they scored, Ødegaard went and pressed. I mean, I mentioned that in my fan cam because I found it fascinating. I could not understand where that energy all of a sudden had come from when it wasn't there. And then the other thing I'm going to call out a little bit is the fans, because I actually thought the atmosphere of the game was poor. I think it's one of the poor atmospheres that I've experienced and I've seen. And I think we're going to have a few of those games, particularly over this Christmas period, that we often get when people are away and you're not getting maybe the usual crowd that are always there, that are always maybe a bit more vibrant. But the players are going to have to work through that. They are professionals, and they have to, in some respects, give us something. That 3-minute period where they just fell apart, they gave us nothing. In the first half, they gave us nothing. So they have to take a little bit of accountability themselves. And as fans, we just have to stop being so reactionary.
Yeah, Jason, on that, I'll come to you first.
Earlier, sorry, one more point. Waffle made a great point earlier about City. When you look at the fixtures and you look at the timing of those fixtures, and they've got a few games toward the end of December that are going to come before us. We as fans just have to deal with and accept the fact that there will be a point when that first and second place switches over, and again, just not get too reactionary and just start losing our heads.
Yeah. So on that point, I just want to come to you first, Jason. On this point, Victor Gyökeres, do you feel like it's a Gyökeres problem or is it the system? That's what the question is.
Sorry, I keep muting and unmuting. It is a fascinating one because I probably need to just rewatch some of the games, and I also probably need to just go on Gyökeres watch for like 25, 30 minutes. Because I suppose when you're at the game, you're caught up in the emotion and all of that sort of stuff. I think there is an element and a combination of both. But what people are making, which is a very, very, very valid point, is that when Marino plays up top, he gets chances. When Havertz plays up top, he gets chances. When Jesus comes on for 20, he gets chances. What is it about Gyökeres that means that he's not getting the same chances and the same opportunities that those guys are either carving out for themselves or being in the right place at the right time? The winning goal comes from Jesus being in the right place at the right time. You want a centre forward that's on the last line and threatening defenders. I think he has to change his game a little bit. I think we have to change our game a little bit. I kind of feel for him a little bit because I feel like that Burnley game when he got the injury, I felt like we were just seeing a real build-up of him, and he was kind of just starting to come into his own, and then he kind of went on, and then he had that injury and kind of has lost the momentum a little bit. But but he has to be better. The team has to be better, and it's not. He has to win. He has to win his duels. He has to do that part. He has to do the off the ball part. But then he also has to be in and around the box sniffing the chances. And it's there is a valid question as to why is why are the others when they get a chance getting chances? Even Andre Anus when he played in the Carabao Cup or you know, had a real gilt-edged chance, and I don't think I've seen Gyökeres have one of those all season. So there is definitely something that he's not doing. I just probably haven't studied him enough. But you know, when he came in, there was obviously a big debate about who the right one was. Personally, I thought Sesko was the one, but my view at the time was that Sesko, Gyökeres, even Ollie Watkins, all elevated our front line. I didn't care who it was. We just needed someone that was going to come in and do that job. And yeah, I'm going to get behind him. But he has to be better.
You know what makes me laugh here? I just want to read this one. Tyrell Gunner. Go and check him out. He's a young gooner and he's doing his thing. Go and subscribe to his channel. But this manager is a clown, he says. The fact he didn't make no subs at half-time is a disgrace, which I think is way too harsh. This is why I'm not confident.
How's he a clown? We're top of Europe and top of the Premier League.
Yeah, I think...
How's he a clown? You're the clown, mate.
That's very disrespectful. But what he goes on to here says he's backing Gyökeres. He's not giving up on him. So you're backing the guy who's got 4 goals, not doing the business, but you're not backing a guy who's managed the team and got us top of the Champions League.
He thinks that Arteta's the problem why Gyökeres ain't firing. I think Hugo might be of the same sort of view as well.
No,
I don't think so.
No, actually, I don't. I'm not of that view. I watched Gyökeres because I've said to you a few weeks ago, he's fourth choice striker. I'd have Havertz number 1, Marino 2, Jesus maybe 2 or second or third, and Gyökeres is 4th. And I thought maybe I've been harsh. So I was on bodybuilder watch, yeah? I was watching him closely every single step of the way. Like literally the first half, as long as he was on in the second half, my eyes were mainly on him. Let me give you the information, what I saw, because you won't see this on the cameras. He made the dumbest runs. Number 1, he went into the same space as other players. So Eze and Timber. He didn't call for the ball when he needed to. And he was always a bit too late. And we've seen that throughout the thing. And number 5, he panics. Let's go through some of them. When Saka crossed that ball in the first half, missed it too late. And we've seen that throughout the season. When there was a header in the box, Saka crossed it in. Again, I think it was Eze that got the header in. Whereas he should have said, that's my ball. And that's about being mean. That's about being that striker that wants it. Calvert-Lewin has scored more goals than Gyökeres and he comes off the bench. Just fathom that. This is Calvert-Lewin. Do you know what I mean? This guy is not the guy. For me, you know, like some of us, we do a bit light-hearted sports betting, yeah? There's something called cash out. I would cash out. I'm telling you, this guy is not the one. Like, and... we don't. The thing is, people say, "Oh, you got to give him time. You got to give him time." We don't have time. He's
27, 28. He's scored 100 goals over there, so I don't get the time thing either. I think
Dan, can I answer it?
Portuguese league. No, listen. Let me just finish.
But I'm saying we've not bought a striker like Sesko, who I'd say give time.
Cristiano Ronaldo came from the Portuguese league. That's not an argument.
We gave Havertz time. James, one minute.
He scored 100 goals.
Let me just finish. Yeah, we gave Havertz time. Yeah, and I criticized Havertz that season. And I was very vocal about it. Now I was wrong when it came to how Havertz turned out.
3-3, by the way, 3-3.
Wicked. But the reality is, had Havertz been good at the early start of the season and spang some of those goals in,
when you said
we would have won the league.
3-2, I thought it was 3-2 to Bournemouth. Go on. Go on. Sorry,
we would have won the league. So, no, I don't think Gyökeres is the one. I'm going to be selling my Gyökeres shirt on eBay very soon. If anyone wants to put an offer in, happy to give you a discount. It's large size. And yeah, I'm happy to do that for people.
Can I answer this? Also, you went and got his haircut as well, so you're going to have to grow your hair, Hugo. Right.
I've grown it out.
Yeah, right. 4 points on it, right? First of all, right, he reminds me of an old-fashioned striker, right? And I'll give you the solution to this scenario as well. I think there's a theory that Arteta wanted Sesko because it would suit better. And was it Berta that got Gyökeres? But most people said Gyökeres, the goals. Right. Secondly, this. How many through... Right. It goes back to... See, I will criticise, not just say Arteta's doing a brilliant job, but you've got to be constructive in your critique. For the last 3 years, this passing sideways, this passing backwards, what about a through ball or the way he scored his goals in Portugal is a ball through in one on one, right?
James, the defenders are a lot different, man. I'm telling you, he's come.
No, I know. So listen, the solution.
He cannot believe the level what he's playing against. Trust me, you know me, I'm the most positive fan. When I went to
Arsenal, but let me wait, Dan.
No, let me just come in. Our second home game of the season, I turned around to my two people I sat next to. I went, I think we've been conned it. And then I thought they looked at me like, you crazy. But just from what I could see, the eye test, watching him as a footballer. But then I thought, you know what? Maybe he's one of them players who's not that good like that, but he could bang goals. And then what did he do? He did swivel turn, banged it in. I thought, what an idiot. Thank God. And then he scored again against Forest. And I thought, okay, he's a goal scorer. This is what we need, what we all wanted. We didn't want the fancy footballer. We wanted a goal scorer. But now he's not even scoring the goals.
Yeah, but listen, being a goal scorer is a very broad term, a sweeping statement that people use in a generalised fashion. There are different types of goal scorers according to systems.
No, but he was one.
I agree. Right. Under this Arteta system, he plays more of a false nine. Jesus, the most skillful player in the club, but not a clinical finisher, and not enough. He suits it. Havertz suits it. Havertz has beefed up. If he comes back, play him in that role. Marino, where's his midfielder? The reason he's been so successful, football is about a brain, about having imagination. Teddy Sheringham, Tony Adams, John Terry, slow, no pace, but their brain was electrifying, right?
Yeah.
So with all the time, every time Odegaard, this is from the manager, pass it back, mustn't lose the ball, possession football. Yeah, when you play against low block, how's that work out, mate? Right? And then the thing comes onto you and you end up in the crap. Right? You need to, he's the type of striker, and this is the solution, twofold, and I'll finish. Through balls, look for him. They don't even look for him, mate. And then the other one is the old-fashioned way. Two strikers up front. Toshak Keegan used to have Alan Smith and Ian Wright, Henri Wiltord Canu, right? Someone to play off him, right? Not just stick him in the middle. The other teams, which none of you have mentioned, right? He's a big guy, and they put 3 players on him. I know that's not why we signed him. We signed him to get goals. But you need to be specific and pay attention to detail before you say, oh, this guy is rubbish, man. He don't fit this system. He will not do anything this year unless Arteta changes the way he uses him. All right? That's what I think.
He doesn't hold it up, though, James.
Waffle, I want to read this comment out to Waffle, yeah, because, like he said, he's not like Hugo, and he's not like me. He's right in the middle, and obviously given Arteta this season, and he's quite fair as well. I want to read this comment out. And how do you feel about this comment? Because, like you said, you probably most of the guys you stream with or that are probably more on the negative side, more against Arteta and stuff like that. I know at the end of the day, we are top of the Premier League. We are top of the Champions League. We're in a great, fantastic position. And even if we was to go second, it'd be by a point or two. And listen, you've got to be in this.
With a lot of players injured as well.
And I'll come on to that because I'm going to come with facts about City's injuries in the last 10 games. And that's what sometimes seasons can come down to who has the fully fit squad. Now, whether that's Arteta's fault, the way he manages it, if Pep manages it better, is another conversation. But I want to read this out. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'll put it up on the screen. It's from Eugene. So thanks for the comment. Like and subscribe. By the way, everyone, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. And thanks for everyone who's watching. I'll just read it out. Some of these Arsenal fans, they want to be proven right. Can't wait to celebrate this Saturday when Man City goes top of the league before we win against Everton later that evening. Well, I'm not sure we'll win against Everton. I hope and pray we do. But what's your thoughts on that comment?
You know what?
A lot of people got agendas.
No, let me call him, man.
James, let me
down. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's 4-4 now. It's 4-4.
Yes.
Do you know what? Two things could be true at the same time. I do believe that what Eugene's saying is right as well. But I do believe as well that it's a reality that, City going in front of us is a problem. And although we might think about, well, you know what, psychological, it's not going to be that bad. I think it's bad, because we've got to this stage in the season so far, being at the top. If you go back to last season, I'm sorry, I'm going back. Liverpool stayed at the top.
Last season's different. Last season's different. It's when people go back to 2009.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But last season, Liverpool had that thing where they stayed at the top. You know what I mean? Literally for, you know, the whole season.
Yeah.
For me, it's that PTSD feeling I get, you know, where City are coming, the Sharks rubbish again, you know, that thing of, you know, 2 seasons where, you know, we looked like we was going to win the league and then they come back, but this time it's earlier in the season. But to say that, should I just be like, well, we can't still win the league now? No, I think we still can win the league, but I think it's going to be tricky. And as James said, yeah, it's the injuries, man. And Jason picked up on something really, and I don't think anyone clocked, when he said about the players that they're missing Gabriel, Do you know what they're missing Gabriel for, It's his character, it's his leadership. It's that Kadamari around the dressing room. He's a big character in the dressing room, bigger than we.
Hold on. Breaking news: Gabriel is set to return to full first-team training before the end of the year. That is big news.
Yes,
big news. That's just,
we need to hear that.
Before you carry on, Waffle,
that is big news.
I called him in my fan camps. He is Gabriel Magalhaes. Is the modern-day Tony Adams leader.
Yes.
Well, look,
100%.
Dan, what was my famous question? At the start of the season when we were flying and we were 6 clear, I was saying to Dan on every show, I was saying, who's our most important player? And we couldn't decide out of Rice and Gabriel. And I think me and you actually said Gabriel, didn't we, Dan? And a lot of people were saying Rice. Bro, listen, who knows how we'd be dealing with that Rice?
Yeah,
but
you know what it is with Gabriel.
It's a spine, Dan. It's a spine, Dan.
You can say he's come back to training. When does he start? And then the other concern I've got about him now, when he does come back, we've got no guarantees that he's going to be fit for the whole season, man. So it's it's concerning and worrying, man.
Dan, I want to read this out to you, and you let me know. You tell me what you think of it, right? Yeah. This is right. So since this is the last, Pep Guardiola has played the same back four for the last 2.5 months, right? 9 out of 10 games in 42 days, they've had the same back four. Nico Gonzalez has played 10 out of 10 games. Haaland, Foden has started 9 out of 10. Bernardo Silva, 8 out of 10. Doku, 8 out of 10. Shirky and Reinders are the only 2 that's been in and out of the team. So if he's had the same 9 players, the only ones he's changed is Shirky.
What are we doing there? What
Reinders. No, so I'm saying to you, it's not a coincidence that Pep has played, especially his main back four. They've had the main playing for the last 10 games, and they've.
Yeah, but that's not his. At the end of the day, we can say that that's not his favoured centre back pairing, because you've said it. When it gets to drive time of the season, his number 1 centre back is John Stone. He's been injured. His number 1 defensive midfielder is Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner. He's been injured. Mamouche has been injured. Stop doing this. Oh, he's had his full team. He hasn't had his full team. He's been able to start the same team.
I didn't say his full team. I said his same team. I said
that's fine.
When you get a player rhythm together, obviously these players like Nkapia and that, playing him and Timber and centre, they've never played together in centre back.
100%. 100%. That's a valid thing for saying that we've got injuries. Gabriel Saliba. It's a massive miss. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying let's not focus on.
No, just on what negative Dan is saying, right? You got to look at the positive, Dan. Right? Listen, we got the best centre half pairing in the world, mate. Right? We got the best defence in the world, mate. All right? And I'll tell you what, Man City, their defence is rubbish. 5-1 went up to 5-4. 2-0 up, nearly lost against Leeds, right? They're not going to do these results every game, Daniel, right? But when our players come back, we're going to leave them behind. Watch.
We're not. I can't see it now.
Yes, we are. You've got to look at the point. Yeah, but you're ruling it out as completely not a possibility. The world recognises that Saliba and Magalhaes are the best. Put that in your head.
I'm not denying that. No one said that. They ain't been here though. They've been injured. What I'm saying
to you, the best right back in the world.
Everyone keeps calling out Man City's defence, but they've come up against Sunderland and Crystal Palace in the last 2 games.
They're going to lose, man. They're rubbish.
I looked at those 2 games and I said, those are 2 tough games for Man City. They might drop some points there. They ain't conceded a goal, my friend. Yeah? So you got to look at that as well. They've conceded
Yeah, but they're still not as good, mate. You watch.
Dan, they have lost 4 games this season, though. They're not unbeatable.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
They will drop points this season.
I believe that, but I'm very concerned. I'll be honest with you. The way they dispatched of Crystal Palace, the way they dispatched of Sunderland.
Crystal Palace haven't got a point since they played a game after playing on Thursday. I never expected them to get anything out of that game.
The problem, it's not City, right? It's us. I think Waffle said it in the other one, right? I said it to Robbie in a few fan cams. The league is ours to lose, right? Because at the moment, we don't know what team Arteta's going to put out each game. He looks at the other team, researches methodically, what have you, and everything. But like, it's one player or 2 players get injured, another 2 come back. There's no stability and consistency with a lineup and getting them to click. And he needs to unleash the dogs. Stop being negative. You've got the best defence. You go to Liverpool, you play 3 DMs. You bring City to Emirates, and then they play first time in his life. Pep plays 11 men behind the ball, right? You got to attack these people. You got to attack them.
Listen, one breath you're saying Arteta's the guy, and the next breath you're saying that he's just
no, he is. But I'm not a sheep, Daniel. It's not being a sheep. You got to look at the positives and then see where you can improve, right? We are top of the league. We are top in Europe. He can play Arsene Wenger football at a touch like he did 3 years ago. Well, like Hugo said, we mashed everyone up within the first 20 minutes and from 2-0, Tottenham 4-1. He can do it. That's what's annoying. But he is like, because of what happened, I don't want to swear, he's butt fucked. So must possession, must sit back. He's not stupid, Arteta. He's 42 years old now. He's got a brain on him, right? He's played with Wenger, Pep, everything. He needs to fix up that sim. And if Gyökeres ain't doing it, use Havertz and whoever. Bring him in. Eze, people like this.
He's not doing it this season.
Yeah, I know, but he can do it. But you're too negative, all of you. It's like, let's just pack up and go home now. No, mate. You got to fight to win the title.
Yeah, but if he's not doing it and it happens again this season, then what, bro? It's another wasted year.
Yeah, but you're writing off something that hasn't happened. It might rain tomorrow. It might not rain.
All I'm saying, based on the reason why I'm concerned, the reason why I'm concerned is because we've gone 3 away games now. Sunderland, Chelsea.
Yeah, but Daniel, there was injuries, mate. You can't just look at it like that.
Let me land. You keep talking about injuries. Injuries happen and it could keep happening for the rest of the season. What are we going to do then? Do you understand? We're going to get injuries. Everyone's going to get injuries. All I'm saying is last 3 games away from home, concerning. The Wolves game, concerning. And if we're looking at some of the other results that we've had, i.e. your Crystal Palace 1-0, ambled over the line 1-0, Fulham away, ambled over the line 1-0, Man United at home, ambled over the line 1-0.
I've got to disagree with him. You're saying ambled over the line. Why are you disagreeing?
It's our defence that won us those games, Dan.
Whether it was 1-0 or not, those teams had no chances in that game at all. And we had
clean sheets. Clean sheets. He's right. Clean sheets.
And it's
our defence, Dan. I've got no concerns with our defence, but if we've got injuries, Dan, if we've got injuries and Gabriel's out and Saliba's out, our defence is going to be cracking. So if that's happening, our attack needs to turn up. Our attack's not good enough.
Chelsea won the league in 2004-05. They won 12 1-0 wins. A 1-0 win is a 1-0 win.
Okay, Dan. And what I've said to that, you're not making a valid point. What I've said to that is our defence won us those games. They hardly had any shots.
Well,
our defence is not going to keep winning us games if Gabriel's out, if Saliba's out. It's not going to happen.
We scored a goal, Dan. So they didn't just win us.
Okay, but the one without our defence, is it going to be the same results? It's not going to be.
No, the one thing that negative Dan is saying, which I have to agree with him, right, is we have the potential. We have a lot of players who can score goals. He ain't unleashing them. Daniel, negative Dan is correct about this. You shouldn't rely on getting one goal and just defending and possession and side passing. We have the players to score more goals. On that point, negative Dan is correct.
Why is that though, James? What's the solution? Why is he not?
I think Waffle is he's very scared of losing because it's 3 years he's finished second. What you said, would you call it P something, right? It's the mindset. It's set in his brain. We mustn't lose at the cost of we might just get one goal and then try and win it. Yeah. So on that point, Arteta needs to change the tactics up. What's annoying is that we just got great defenders and good midfielders. We've got great attackers. One last thing, he's got a stubbornness as well, where he butchers the death out of playing the same player. Look at Saka, now 2 hamstrings. Look at Gabriel Magalhaes every game. Look at all these players. Odegaard, he's mashed them up, man. Because every game, Declan Rice mashed up. First it was the forwards that were mashed up. Then it was the defenders. Now our midfield's getting mashed up. He needs to change up, mate. Use your squad. Play the youngsters. Why is Nwaneri not playing? Why is Skelly not playing?
Look, boys, I wanted to come on to that because sometimes when people say that, I think, you know what, you're just looking for any excuse to bash Arteta with. But the other day, I could not understand why Ben White was starting that game. Because Skelly could have played, right? Skelly could have gone left back. Timber could have gone right back. Saliba and Nketiah. He didn't need to play Ben White. But Ben White has just come back off a long injury. And he had played like 3 or 4 games in like 10 games. Since he had come back, he played against Bruges as well. Like, he'd played in all these games. And I know we got injuries, I get it. But for me, you could have played Skelly in that game. And obviously, Ben White, he probably thought it was going to be an easy day at the office, but he's had to run back. Like, he had to run back to get the ball. And I watched it in front of my own eyes, and he's done his hamstring. So for me, that could have been avoided by Ben White not playing that game. I felt like Ben White needed a rest.
Whose fault was it? Positive, Dan.
I feel like that Arteta got that wrong. And also, what I will say, what I will say is I think he got the lineups wrong. I was talking to Charlie about this earlier. I think against Aston Villa, who played that high line, I wanted Gyökeres starting that game. And Merino might have actually been better starting against Wolves, who are going to sit in. Just the way I saw it. And Martinelli played against Wolves. I think he would have been better against Villa. But look, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
One quick point, very quick point. Do you know what I would have done last game? Do you know what I would have done last game? Very quick, one sentence, right? Saka started off as a left back and left wing for England. He was that good. And for Arsenal. Do you know what I would have done? Use your diversity, mate, right? Versatility of total Dutch football. I would put Saka on the left wing. Noni has been smashing it on that right wing at all levels. Noni on the right, Saka on the left, Martinelli in the middle. We'd have mashed up Wolves.
Jason, we've where do you stand with Madueke? Because Madueke scored 2 goals. I was out in Bruges. Absolutely, man of the match, was phenomenal. And I know we had the injury earlier, but you still got 4 subs then to make. And Jesus did well when he came on. But for Madueke, I mean, you score 2 goals. You score a screamer. Scores a header. You know, I thought he played really, really well. He didn't even get on the pitch against Wolves. Imagine you're a footballer and you've just scored 2 goals. Probably his best night in an Arsenal shirt. And then you can't even get on the pitch when your team needs a goal as well. I found that strange. I was calling for Madueke to come on that pitch. Obviously, look, Trossard come on. He did okay on the left. But, I mean, look, and Saka's in the end of that. Listen, Saka, to be honest, I was frustrated watching him. When I watched the game back at home, Saka was actually the only one doing it. He was putting balls in. Who put the ball in for Martinelli? Was it Saka? And he missed the open goal header. And then obviously Saka's put the ball in for the corner, and he's got the own goal. So Saka is the end product's there. You know, even against Chelsea, a lot of us were on him. He's got the cross to Merino that's got us the goal. But I still think, you know, whether it was on the right or the left, Madueke could have come on that pitch. Why do you think, Jason, he didn't get on in that game?
Look, I think we've got to remember that he himself has also just come back from an injury. So I suppose that, we're talking about load management of Ben White and some of the other players. I think as a professional football player, he would have been frustrated to have had such a great night in midweek and then not got any minutes, particularly when we've got a week's rest between the next game. But actually, I feel like Saka actually, his end product was effective. Where I struggle with Saka a little bit at the minute is where we're asking him to do 90s, and I'm looking at the goals that we concede, the goal against Wolves, the goal against Sunderland, both of them coming from crosses from relatively central areas that Saka and Ødegaard are supposed to be protecting and are not protecting. Balls are then going into the box and they're ending up in the back of the net. I think back to the Sunderland game, and I was there. absolute gut punch. But you could see 15 minutes before that Saka was on, he was on his last legs. We didn't have Madueke at the time, so I understand why he was there. But I think we're going to see that a little bit more. I think we'll also see it with Saka. I think we'll also see games where Saka doesn't get on the pitch. Like I said, I think the subs that he made were okay. They were the right ones. I think those players came in and did the job. The challenge that I had, like I said, was those players that come on for half an hour and they're not putting in the effort, and they're not defending spaces, and they're not closing men down, and they're not pushing the team forward and getting the team higher up the pitch. And I think Madueke has got a big part to play. I think he's done really well. I was never one of those ones that was anti the signing. And I think what we saw against Bruges, was that. I think even before he went, got his injury, I thought we were really starting to see a really different player. And someone that gives us a bit of versatility, plays on the left, can play on the right. But frustrating. I mean, for me, Norgaard's the one. How Norgaard doesn't get a single minute against Brentford or Wolves, I can kind of understand.
He was excellent against Bruges as well. I mean, Arteta said that you had to risk Saliba against Wolves because he didn't have the squad. But look, Norgaard was. I know it would be a bit mad maybe playing Norgaard and Nketiah in the Premier League game, but look, he was brilliant in against Bruges. Waffle, I want to come to you on this one. So our next 6 games: Everton away, Brighton at home, Aston Villa at home, Bournemouth away, Liverpool at home, and Forest away. Last season, 4 draws, 5 draws and 1 defeat in those games.
In all those games?
In all those games. Everton was 1-1, Brighton was 1-1, Aston Villa was 2-2 at home, Bournemouth we lost 2-0 away, Liverpool was 2-2 at home, and Forest was 0-0 away. But what does it mean anything? I mean, of course, this season we've put some that Newcastle brings to mind that we beat, who we obviously lost to last season.
You see, for me, Dan, I'm a 1 game. Do you know what I mean? At a time, man. So we can do the predictions and think, we win this one, we draw this one. But my primary attention is on Everton this Saturday. I don't care about the next game or the next game or the next game after that. I'm more invested in the Everton game because a lot of the players, when you look at our players, they're very, they thrive on confidence. So when you get the win, you can see how happy they are when they smile. There's a lot of pressure on these players, There's a lot of pressure on these players to perform. You guys go to the games, you guys see it. The amount of pressure is on the players. So, Everton, we beat Everton. I think that's a big win if we beat Everton.
If we beat Everton, that will be huge.
It's a huge game because everyone's probably expecting us to drop points against Everton. I know they probably got a few guys going to AFCON and stuff as well, and I heard Grealish might be injured, but that might be a bit of mind games as well. But confidence is a big thing in football for these players. And also, Gyökeres as well. I believe that he's suffering from confidence as well. I think he's got a lot of confidence issues as well. But there's also the problem with the runs and stuff like that as well. Anyone who's played football as a striker or wherever you've played, it's those runs. So what are they doing in training, man? Do you know what I'm saying? Is the information not going in there? Is he just one of these guys that, the brain's not really working and stuff? I don't know, but I just think that, one game at a time. And let's stop looking at City, man, and just concentrate on us. Because that's what we did in previous years. We kept looking back, and then we got nervous, and I can feel the tension.
If they was to go above us on the weekend, then what? Do we start looking at them or do we just still ignore them and just game by game? Because I can't ignore them.
The thing is, the more we look at them, is the more we're not going to be looking at our performances, isn't it? So we just need to win. We need to deal with our games and win our games because it's inevitable. They're going to be they are beating West Ham. I cannot see them dropping
100%,
points
bro.
to West
Haaland's
Ham.
getting a hat trick in that game, bro.
Huh?
It's not
And
a
that's-
foregone conclusion, but we expect them to beat
Yeah,
them.
it's not a given. It's not a given, as James said, but
Yeah.
it's more likely that they will beat West Ham. You know, it might be like 92nd minute and like I don't know, Foden gets a goal and it's you know, City are one of them teams, innit? They're horrible, innit? You know, they might be drawing, it might be
Yeah,
2-2,
but and then people say, you know, they rate it when they do it, but when Arsenal did it the other day, do you know what I'm saying? It's a different story, and the people go, oh well, yeah, but they've won things, yeah, but once upon a time they hadn't won things. Everyone wins late games. I remember last season, Liverpool, Southampton. I remember watching these games because I was hoping Liverpool drop points, and they beat Southampton in the last second. Southampton were the worst team in the Premier League last year. It just happened. It's just, I remember Burnley. I had them in my accumulator. I don't know why I did it, but I did Burnley to beat Man City once, and they beat them, and they went down that year as well. Like it happens sometimes. And since Wolves have had that manager, they have not been getting smacked. Aston Villa only beat them 1-0 with a late goal as well.
Yeah,
you know, the only game they lost. They was heavily was Manchester United.
And they scored a disallowed goal in that game as well. Wolves did as well.
Exactly, you know. So look, they're still coming. They're still a Premier League team, and I actually think they'll pick up a few points now with that new manager. They seem
just a quick thing on what negatives Dan said. We don't need to watch City, mate. We need to go. When are we playing Man City? Is it after we get Magalhaes back?
Game week 32. Yes, hopefully we've got everyone back.
We need to go to City and smash them up, mate.
Excited, man.
Yeah? We don't need to watch them. We need to go and beat their clock in their yard. Then they can sit and think about us, mate. When we get our players back, we need to attack, we need to shoot and believe in ourselves. And the fan cams like this and supporters, this feeds into the fan base, which feeds into the club. They watch all this. Max Dowman, you know when I did my my Burner interview, right? Burner Boys, when I put that theme, right? They got 5 million globally, right? And my young mates, I don't know about computers. I mean, look how messed up my cameras, right? And I got told that Max Dowman and the Arsenal players liked what I was saying. It's not being deluded to be positive and believe. You have to believe, right? And this will feed to the players. Arteta believes. You have to believe.
Yeah, tell him, James. I agree, man. Listen, if you can't believe why your team's top of the Premier League,
then what's the point?
If you can't believe then the flying in Europe, and I have to say our European form has been fantastic. The goals we're scoring in that. Why do we score? We score a lot of goals in Europe. 3 against Munich, 3 against Bruges, 2 against Bilbao. You know, I think we're the top goal scorers in Europe. You know, we score a lot of goals.
My dad was taking me to Arsenal in the 1970s when I was about 5, and we had Bertie Mee, Don Howe, Terry Neal, all these rubbish managers, years and years of no trophies, mate. No trophies, right? And all this about, and Arteta is proving them wrong. Oh, we should get Simeone. Been pushing that one for 6 years. Yeah. Best defensive team for 20 years. We smashed you up 4-0, mate. Yeah. Arteta's got all the tools, but he needs to drive the car properly.
See, I disagree. I disagree. I said it to you last time as well, yeah? I've been behind Arteta for the last 4 seasons. Jason will verify that. I've been giving it the hype because I did exactly the same. The players watch it, AFTV, I'm going to encourage them. I'm going to make a difference. But the only person I ended up hurting was myself, bro. And that's the reality. Because
but as a football fan, Hugo,
let me finish.
Why don't you start with the negative? You go to football to win.
Let me finish, James.
Like, do you know what it is? It's 4 years and you start believing it. You start believing it and then boom, ultimately, look, we all agree we've got an incredible squad. We can win it. Yeah, we all agree with that.
Yeah.
The question mark comes with the manager. And as much as
he's the one that got us there, so you can't slag him off.
Bro, come back. Let me make my point and you can come back. Yeah. The question is, we've got an incredible squad. We've had that. Sorry, I lost my chain of thought now. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, with a manager that hasn't done it, with a manager that, you know what we're talking about tactics, what even James just said, we've got a manager that has got PTSD. We've all got PTSD, but if the manager has got PTSD, then the nerves is going to trickle down to the players. I actually feel the nerves already started kicking in. So when we lost that Aston Villa game, you saw the players beating the floor. That for me was worrying. That's like an overreaction. That's for me is like you can look at it two ways. Number one, you can say, "Oh, they really care," blah blah blah, or it could be that they're starting to feel the pressure. And the reason why I think they are feeling the pressure.
Did you see what Henry said on that? Thierry Henry
What did he
mentioned
say,
that.
Gun?
He said it was. He said like, "Why? It's one game. You've lost one game. Why?
Exactly.
Why it's so
Exactly.
dramatic?"
Exactly,
So,
it's
yeah,
too
I mean-
much. But and we've seen this. We've seen, and this is what we go back. We've seen this script before. We're always there around Christmas time.
It's not the same script. You've got a different squad. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Just land my point.
Not always.
James,
Since
come
Arteta's
in.
come, we've been there. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
this-
always.
We're always around it.
No,
The
we weren't. We're not always.
No.
We was there with Emery in his first season.
No, we was
22
not.
games
No,
unbeaten. Yes, we was.
We weren't there.
We
We was never in the title race.
22,
Please
23
don't
we were
talk
there.
shit. We was
You
yeah,
said
Arteta.
around Christmas. Around
Yeah,
Christmas.
no, we weren't with Emery. We were never there.
All right,
never
all right.
ever.
No, not Emery.
Never
I'm
ever
talking
were we
about
there.
the last
with
three
Arteta
seasons.
in the last 3 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, last 3 seasons. This is what I'm saying. It's not new, is it? This is why I'm saying it's the same script. And then ultimately, when the players start feeding that, now the question is, and James, you hit on it in this very thing, and I'm glad you've seen it. When you're playing so negative and you're trying to scrape 1-0 or 2-0, you're not a George Graham. The other end of that is you got to have someone that's scoring goals. Now, what Arteta has been relying on set pieces, and there's nothing wrong with that per se, but to over rely on them. Now, when Gabriel's gone, yeah, sure, we got a deflected set piece, but it's not been the same. So those goals are drying up. So when you're conceding goals, you might lose 1-0, 2-0.
No, Hugo,
Those games that you spoke about,
scoring more.
Dan.
We're scoring more goals right now than we were at the start of the season, but it's just we're letting in more as well.
But can you not see it? It's very similar to last season. The style of play. It's not the 22-23 season.
It's been 3 years, Hugo. The same for 3 years.
No,
but
22-23 it was amazing.
That was a totally different
22-23.
team. And at the end of the day, we left ourselves wide open with that team as well, and it didn't work.
I'll tell you why it's different.
No,
you had Rob Holding.
22-23 is we didn't have the squad. I would like to see Arteta. No, here's the solution.
That game, I'll tell you why it's different. That game when Saliba and Rob Holding got injured in a midweek European game, it was game over, mate. But now we ain't got no Rob Holdings.
But that's what I'm saying.
We've got the best defenders.
Now. We've got a squad now. This is what I'm saying. Play the way we were playing in 22-23. Believe in it. Blitz teams, especially when they come there.
Do you know what, Hugo? Let me ask you all a question, right? Let me ask you all one question, Daniel. Sorry, quick question. I'll bring you, Hugo. Do you think if we had Jurgen Klopp with this run at them, mash them up, this team, we'd win the league for the next 5 years, mate? What do you think?
Wenger, Jurgen Klopp, any of
those. I don't know why we're talking about if we would have these legendary managers. Like, it's irrelevant. Hugo,
but that's the style he needs to play.
What you were saying about that football, though, Jesus was the catalyst of all of that, and he's just come back. So I wanted to come back to this on everyone right now. Obviously, look, I think they're being very careful with him, very, very careful. You know, I thought he might have got a start at Wolves. Obviously, I think is Bruges the first game that he come on, or was he come on before that? That was his first game, right? Bruges had 20 minutes against Bruges. Had 10 minutes against Wolves. He might get 20 or 10 against Everton. But let's just say then he is fit, right? He plays in the Carabao Cup quarter final. If Gabriel Jesus is fit, right? I'll go to Waffle first. What are you telling me? If Gabriel Jesus is fit, is he starting for you?
See, the thing with Gabriel Jesus is that I don't want to get too excited, man, because it will end in tears. You know, one injury and it can happen to any player, but that guy's been through so much. You know, I don't want to put that pressure on him or that expectation on him. I just want him to enjoy his football. Whether he starts or not, that's
so do you think it'd be better to keep him as like coming on rather than starting games, or do you think that point would come though where he would have to start? Because it's very interesting in Arteta's interviews. You know, I listen carefully to what the man says, and when they ask him about Gyökeres, the way he says things makes me feel like, you know what, he's not quite happy with him. And when he talks about Jesus, his whole face lights up.
Yeah, but that's the same about Havertz as well. Come on, let's just call a spade. Yeah, he's waiting for Havertz to get fit. Yeah, because that's his number one guy. Yeah,
listen, I can't wait for Havertz to be fit because
so he loves Havertz. Yeah, so Jesus maybe good for 5 to 8 games in a season. Starting, maybe not. Coming on from the bench, maybe. But I think having something different. What it is, it's the different option that he brings in it. He's not a goal scorer, is he?
Yeah.
He's not clinical, but he brings something to the team, isn't it? And when he does get that goal, it's usually a decent goal that he scores as well. So, he brings something different to the team, I think. Obviously he's quite technical as well. And he's going to open up space for other players as well. Let's get that perspective as well. But I don't know, man. Something's not right with our attack, man. And it is concerning. It is very concerning.
I said it on my interview the other day. I said if we don't win the league,
solved very quickly, because
but what are you talking
we can
about?
talk about our defense and all of this kind of stuff.
Dan.
But
I
we
don't
haven't
hear
got
that
our
coming out your mouth.
full defense back. Sorry.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that coming out your mouth. If we don't win the league, we are going to win the league, like you've been saying all season. All of a sudden, if we don't win the league, keep the same energy and the same chest down. Quadruple talk. That same energy, my bro.
Listen, bro. Football changes. You said we weren't going to win the league. When I was telling you calm down, you should have calmed down. Then keep the same energy. No, then you said we were going to win the league. Yeah.
Listen,
football changes, bro. And I'm not saying we're not going to win it. Let me finish my.
What's your percentage saying, Dan? What's your percentage now? From last
40%.
week?
It's 80%, and
32 for me, bro. It's gone down.
It's gone down to
35. I'm on 35.
Let me finish. If we don't win the league, it will not be because of our defense, and it will not be because of our midfield. And at the end of the season, if that, God forbid, that game comes when it's officially done, they'll look around at each other, and the defenders will look at each other, and they'll know we done our job.
We don't win it at the end of the season. It's down to one individual.
It will come down to the attackers. That's what
it will come down to one individual, because who
we need to win something.
Who trains the attack?
Yeah, of course.
Who coaches the attack? One man. So what are we talking about here?
Actually, that's usually a criticism. It's usually a criticism of him that, you see, we're criticising. He was a defensive player, Arteta, right? But he played under Arsene Wenger, and he made him captain. And Arsene Wenger, the criticism is that he always played the same way, just attack. The other thing is, right? He's got to come out. Do you know what? If you went out and you played unleash the dogs and attack people, loads and loads of shots, right? Loads of shots. With this team, you're usually going to win most games. But this sitting back, he needs to come out of that, man. Otherwise, although I love him for the things that he's doing and what he's done, with that mentality, I can see why Daniel's saying what he's saying.
Changing. Hey, he's changing. He's changing.
He's flipping.
This is you, Kinga. You're ill. Your disease, you're spreading it, man, like a virus.
You know what I've said? I've not said Arteta out, I ain't said that once.
I didn't say you did.
Do you understand?
No, listen, Daniel. This is the problem in society. We're not attacking individuals. We're attacking the ideology or a statement or a fact. That's what we're attacking. It's not. He's doing a great job. Do you know what? If we lose the league, let me ask you this. I'll answer it first. If we lose the league, I ain't sacking him. What about you lot?
Well, if we lose the league, I don't think he's going to get sacked anyway. But yeah, thank you very much, Arteta. You've done a good job. Yeah, like I call him the bricklayer. He's laid the bricks down. He can't get the roof on. He can't get the front door on. Thank you very much, Mikel. You have done a fabulous job. You've got us back to competing, but unfortunately, we now need to get the professionals in to come and finish that house. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
What about the rest?
Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on. But you're not.
Oh, don't do that, man. No way.
Well, this is what I mean. He's our Gareth Southgate. For me, he's gone.
What does everyone else think? Would you sack him if we don't win the league?
But look, these are the things here. Big up Jez, but these are the things when it frustrates me, annoys me when fans say, like, what has he done exactly? But look, I don't even look.
No, he's just been negative, mate. What do you mean, what has he done? Open your eyes, mate. You can see what he's done. This Jez is negative, man.
Jez is at a certain age, so we've got to keep it respectful.
So what? I'm in my mid-50s. It don't matter. There's a Greek Cypriot saying. I'm not sacking him. There's a Greek Cypriot saying. You can be a young donkey or an old donkey. You're still a donkey.
Look, no, listen. Everyone says all of that about keep it respectful. People are older. Listen, this is a football conversation. We're talking about whether
Right, respecting someone because of their age. I look at the facts and what they say. It's not about being mates. We speak facts.
I'm talking to
Look,
James. I'm talking to James.
No, but I'm saying, I know,
you got
but I know
comment
you said
in there.
it,
I'm gonna
but
come to that. You're a madman.
I'm saying everyone is entitled to their opinions.
Yeah, I know, but I disagree with him.
Yeah, you could disagree with it, but I'm saying everyone is entitled to their opinions.
But I'm just saying,
I said that.
respectfully, innit?
No, but I'm saying you, Hugo, you're Arteta out now, but you say what a great job he's done. Dan says the same thing.
I do.
He's done a great job.
He's done a
fantastic job, but he can't get us over the line. Or he wants
Exactly.
someone else in. Fair enough.
Absolutely.
I can understand that logic. But when I see fans sit there and say, what has he done? Now, for me, that's very disrespectful to say what has Arteta done, because he's done loads for this club. There's 60,000 out there every single week. We're fighting for titles. We've got to our first Champions League final since 2009. We're one of the favourites for the Premier League. Semi-final. We're one of the favourites. We're top of the Premier League. We're competing. Every single game is like a final. Go into that stadium now, when before you was going there, and you was hoping you might be fighting to get 5th or 6th. You'd be happy if you got back into the top 4. Now we are demoralized if we don't win. You know, whereas before it was okay, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting for the biggest trophies. Well, look, it's never all right for anyone, but you know, like at the end of the day, you miss out on top 4. It's not the end of the world. You miss out on a title. It's the end of the world, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? So I think there's got to be whether you have to show Arteta respect, whether you want him in or not. You don't think he's the man to deliver the big trophies. Fair enough.
Get some sanity in there. Get Jason in
there.
Fair enough.
There's no evidence. There's no evidence to show. Do you know what I mean? He's only won 1 trophy in his first season, so there's no evidence that he's winning the big trophies. But he's getting us very close to the Champions League. You know, we went in the Champions League for 5 years before he come. So what exactly has he done? He's got us back in the Champions League. He's got us back competing for the Champions League. He's got us to our first Champions League final since 2009. He's got us to our highest points total since the Invincibles, 89 points. He's fighting Pep Guardiola in City, one of the best, greatest teams ever. And listen, who knows? He might go on to win the Premier League this year. He might even win our first ever Champions League. You know, so he's done a hell of a lot for the club. You know, and even if he's not the man and someone comes in and wins it, he would have put everything in place. So I find that, you know, when people say, what has he done for the club? He's done a hell of a lot for the club.
Well said.
Jason, just I mean, negative Dan. Don't you think, negative Dan, don't you think he's entitled to his opinion, but you hear this, not picking on Jez, he's a nice guy. What I'm saying is, when people say, what has he done? Anyway, that is so extremely dismissive. Before Arteta was here, we were finishing 8th. We had a rubbish team. How can people not recognise that? Like positive Daniel just outlined.
Send him the link, man.
Get Jason in as well, bro.
I was in the gym earlier having a big debate. Quaku's in the chat right now, yeah?
Send the link.
Yeah,
what was your debate about?
And he said the same thing about what's Arteta done. He was saying that he's done so much for us. I said, yeah.
But it's disrespectful, Dan.
I'm not saying he ain't done nothing.
You can speak to Jez in a second. Jez is coming on.
Challenging for titles. He's done all these sort of things. But when we're talking about the bread and the butter and the trophies, yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, but Daniel, there's no guarantee
I'm just saying,
you're going to win.
Before he came, we won 3 FA Cups. So we haven't progressed in terms of trophies. We've progressed in terms of challenging.
Daniel, wait.
The Champions League.
Daniel, wait. Let me just chuck this at you, and you can put this in the debate when you chat to these people, right? Those 2 transfer windows was the first time Arsenal Football Club spent money on that level, right? Since the day Arteta came, he never had that money. Arsene Wenger, the last 12 years, when he was the face, what'd you do? What did the Cronkies do? Hello, mate. You're going to take the crap for us. 8 million a year, and you just take it. Hello, Arteta. You're going to get 15 million a year. You just take the crap, like Turkish once said, right, on FTV, right? So these people that criticise Arteta, you've got to look at the rest of what's going on. You've got these conglomerates, juggernauts that spend money on that level. You've got one run by state, Man City. You've got Chelsea. You've got Man United. You've got Newcastle. You don't play in isolation to these juggernauts. There's no guarantee in life.
Great point.
Yeah, 100%.
But James, let Jason come in because Jason hasn't spoken.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Jace, what are you saying about this situation in terms of if we wasn't to get over the line this season, and win no trophies. Where are you at with Arteta? Do you think he still deserves more time, or is it time to maybe look elsewhere?
Look, I can absolutely understand why people would say if he doesn't win a trophy, sack him. I can understand that. I think where I struggle is Positive Dan made the point about, you know, we have to look a little bit deeper and to say that what's done. We haven't won the league for over 20 years, and we're now in that conversation every single year. Now, this is a game of very, very, very fine margins. It's a game of really fine margins, and fundamentally, at the end of the day, you're judged on trophies. The trophy is the barometer for success, right? And I absolutely understand all of that. You look last season and go, Tottenham had a really successful season.
The trophy would have been nice. The trophy was nice. That was about it, innit?
Yeah, but there is something about yes. So yes, yeah, it was great for them. But
They won a Mickey Mouse Cup, Jason, and they're rubbish, mate.
All right, Jez is in the studio. Sorry, Jez, finish off, but we've got Jez in there. Legend.
All right, Jez.
Where has it got them?
Jez.
When you are building something, it has to be sustainable. There has to be an element of sustainability. But I think Dan made the point about bricks. And so for me, I think you have to do a debrief at the end of the season and understand exactly where it went wrong. So I think it's really easy to go, if he wins, he stays. If he doesn't win, he goes. I think for me, it's a little bit deeper than that. But you know, like people talk Eddie Emery. Yeah, we went 22 games unbeaten against Emery, but I think we still at the end of that run, we were still in 5th place. You know, the number of draws that were thrown in there because the football was so pragmatic. I always say this. I thank Unai Emery because he's the reason I have a season ticket because the football was so dreadful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like this one.
That was 20-something thousand.
Stone Cold Jez Austin in the building.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to break the glass and let Jez do his bit.
Jez, I want to come to you first on what you just said. What exactly has Arteta done? So you think he's done nothing for the club?
Simple question to that, isn't it?
What's that? What has he won?
What the fuck's he won?
Well, he has won an FA Cup.
Yeah, won his team though, was it? It's Emery's team.
Well, he's still done the tactics.
How many players from that squad are left?
Doesn't matter. He managed a team that won the cup. Yeah. End of.
Right. Okay. All right.
Not dismiss the FA Cup, Jez. He won it, mate. He was the manager.
Yeah.
Man City and Chelsea beat Man City and Chelsea.
And James, what's he done? What's he done and won since?
Yeah, but Jez, I don't know if you saw the point I just made earlier.
No,
I'm answering you. You asked me a question. I'm answering you. Right, go on. Go on, you speak and I'll answer you.
What's he won since?
There's no guarantee. Right, Jez,
I'm
answering you, mate. I'm answering you. Let me answer briefly and I'll let you speak because I've got the fucking motor mouth. Right, listen, there is no guarantee. When all of you here and the whole world, when they love football, yeah, you go with the excitement and the potential to win and see good football and hopefully win a trophy. What about all these supporters in the Conference League? They're going to win anything, and all these other teams, right? There's no guarantee, Jez. He's done a good job, mate. He hasn't got it over the line. But to start off by saying, you're entitled to your view, right? Everyone is, right? But to start off by saying, what has he done? He's very dismissive. He came out when we finished eighth, and then he's built a really good team, but there's no guarantee, Jez. You're competing against conglomerates, Man City, Chelsea.
James, he actually finished 8th with us. He took us over when we were.
Yeah, he just came in, mate, and the place was a mess. I know what you're going to say. Emery finished 5th and got to a cup final where we got smashed up by Chelsea.
Where did Emery finish?
But he lost the changing room. Yeah. You had Guendouzi doing mimes of him, mate.
Where did Emery finish?
He finished 5th.
1 point off top 4 as well.
And Arteta has improved us. He's improved us every single season.
Why did the Arsenal fans not turn up to his games? And why did he lose the changing room? You never mentioned that, do you?
Dan, what did you just say?
God,
He's improved
God.
off every single
on,
season.
mate.
He hasn't.
His season he has.
Bullshit.
Arteta finished 8th, won the FA Cup, then he finished 8th.
The
then he
lowest,
won
And he got
it's the
smashed
lowest in our
4-1.
history, Dan.
He's such
The
a
lowest
great
in our
European
history.
Cup winner. Why did we get smashed up 4-1 by Chelsea? Answer that, mate.
Because the players didn't turn up. I agree with you, right?
He's the manager. You don't slag him
go
off
on.
there. It's the players. When it comes to
James.
Arteta, slag off Arteta. Come on, mate. Be consistent.
Hey,
Let
fella,
him
fella,
speak.
why
Let him
don't you
speak. Let him
shut the
speak.
fuck your mouth up and let people speak?
Don't swear, mate. Talk properly. We're grown adults. Don't swear at me. Talk properly. Yeah? Don't talk to me like I'm a mug.
No, because I'm proper fucking Arsenal. Son.
If you disagree, but don't get abusive.
Don't give me all the mouth, fella, because I'll bury you every fucking time, right? At the end of the day, right, what happened was the fans voted Emery out, right? Because Arsenal never wanted him because they had the agenda. They wanted this fucking scrub, right? Now, you can like him all you like, yeah? And you've been watching Arsenal as much as I have, right?
Yeah.
No question, right? So don't fucking bullshit me.
I'm not bullshitting you, Jez.
No.
I said I respect your opinion, mate. I disagree, that's all.
Shut down. All right. Let me land. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
go on, mate.
At the end of the day, what's happened is we've brought in this manager, right, and has spent over £1.1 billion and won nothing.
This season's not over yet, though. So 300 of that was spent this season.
Like you're telling me, Dan, right? And my viral comment I put out the other day, right? We couldn't beat a team with less points than a fucking triangle. Right?
Yeah,
and you're happy about that?
No, we did beat them, though.
No, hang on, Dan. Right? Because tomorrow night, you're on my show.
That's funny. I like that.
Right? You're on my show tomorrow night. Yeah?
Yeah.
When we do the quiz. Yeah?
Yeah.
This manager couldn't beat a Wolverhampton Wanderers fucking football team who's got the worst record in the Premier League so far, behind Derby County, right? We agree on that one, boys? Yeah.
Well, we did beat them, so you're wrong, mate. It's 2-1. When you say we didn't beat them, we did beat them, so you got that wrong, didn't you?
Fuck off, mate. We lost.
Don't swear at me, mate. Talk properly.
Jez, we beat them.
That's your age.
Jez, if we win the Champions League with an own goal, Tottenham won the Europa League with an own goal. Everyone's come on, they were still selling. You can't. No, you can't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you play. You can't say you didn't win the game.
The facts are the facts. We won the game.
The facts are the facts. We won the game, Jez. What are we doing here?
Wanderers.
I expect better of you, Jez, saying that. It doesn't matter. We won the game.
We did.
We won the game.
Couldn't
and he's had fantastic results for Arsenal.
We couldn't.
But the best. Answer your question, Jez. What's the best game you've ever been to at the Emirates?
At the Emirates?
Yeah.
No.
Well, the Emirates has been there for a long time now, Jez. Coming up to 20.
At the Emirates.
Our favourite was beating Real Madrid 3-0, and that was under Arteta.
No, I'm coming back on that one.
You know, he's beating Carlo Ancelotti. You know, all right, he's just about beat Wolves. But listen, these things happen. Pep Guardiola's lost the bottom of the table. It happens sometimes. We didn't lose, we didn't draw, we won the game. So that's a bad argument to have, right? And for you to say that Arteta's done nothing for this club, what he's done is got his club competing for Premier League titles. The last time we done that probably
he hasn't won anything. Though,
I know he hasn't won anything, but listen, every time we play at that game, it's like a final when you go to that Emirates. Every game is now like a final. But before, we were finishing 8th, 9th. It didn't matter if we were going to finish.
Excuse me. Right, there was people that I know at that ground were booing the team off at half time.
When?
Saturday.
I was one of them. I was one of them. I booed them
off.
I did boo them at half
time. I know about 40 guys that I'm meeting up with this coming Friday, right, for our annual Christmas do. Right?
No, sounds messy.
We're going down Borough Market like we did 2 years ago and had a little mix up with Millwall, right? They booed them off the pitch. So don't give me that one, right?
What one?
I think that's poor.
Well,
I was at the game.
Booing them off at half time.
But why was they booing them off when this a whole half of football to play?
It was a poor half.
Yeah, listen, it was a poor half. Like, I saw people leaving at 1-1. I could never understand that for me. you stay and you support your team, and then they've missed a goal after. Do you know what I mean? Everyone supports is entitled to support their team how they want. But what we're talking about here is what Mikel Arteta has done for the club. He went to our first Champions League semi-final since 2009. We've only been to 3 in our history. We weren't in the Champions League for 5 years before he turned up. So he's got us back in the Champions League. He's got us competing for titles. He's got us now where if we don't win the league, it's a failure. Whereas before, if we got into the top 4, it was a great season. So we can't say he's done nothing. What I will agree with is that, listen, all right, maybe it'd be the respectful thing to say, and the correct thing for me, what my friend Danny would say, what Hugo, and they're in your camp. They want him out just as much as you do. Not so much Dan this season. He's kind of waiting until the end, but Hugo wants him out. He'd swap it now if he could, which I think is ludicrous because we're top of the league and top of the Champions League. But what they would say is, you know, Dan's favorite. What's your favorite saying?
Listen, he's built the house, yeah, but he can't get the roof on. That's it. Yeah, let's get the professionals in. That's it.
And listen, that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? For me, but to say that the man's done nothing, I think that's hard.
Is he a professional? Is he one of the professionals that you get in? If we're judging it solely on trophies, Postecoglou being as successful as he has been in the last 24 months, would you get him in to replace Arteta, given that he's
a professional, but he makes too many mistakes, man. He won't get the towels on right, Jace, mate.
Is this the famous Lee Gunner we've got in here? Emery got to a CEO.
Get Leo, man. I like Lee. Get Leo, man.
Hey, big up Lee, man.
It's equal. It's so easy, right? You can sit here and say, oh, he's got the team together. He's got the squad together. The club is changed. We're a greater team, blah, blah, blah. You can give all the bullshit all day long, right? The fact is, this is elite sport where the only thing that matters is winning silverware. And we haven't won fuck all since the COVID FA Cup. So how can you say this club has improved? Because we haven't. Yes,
the facts are we have.
Hang on, let me land. I'll let you can say what you want to say. Right? We got to an we got to a Champions League semi-final, right? And we didn't get there. We didn't win. So failure. Right? 2 seasons ago, we were way ahead of Man City. What happened? Failure. We lost. Yeah? Liverpool last year walked away with it. Right? Couldn't catch them. Failure. What else do you need to say about it, guys? Be realistic. It's all great. Yeah, I'm happy that Arteta has generated the club. Seriously, I don't think the fan base are now generated because they are turning. And I know that. I know that. I speak to some of these fans every fucking day that have been going as long as I was, right? Yeah, and they're getting pissed off with this now.
Yeah, but what a strange time, Jez. We're top of the Premier League.
Let me finish, and you can have your say.
All right.
Right? At the end of the day, the fact remains, how long do you accept failure? Because now, Jack, come on, December the 19th, he's been here 6 years. 6 years, guys, right? And won 1 FA Cup. And that's it. That is it. You tell me any other English top club would accept that. Tell me.
Can I say something?
Not even Tottenham would accept that.
No. Listen, Jez.
Where are Tottenham? It's a silly argument, though, because Man United and Tottenham have. It is because Man United and Tottenham have got more
trophies than us in the last 5 years. Dan, stop that nonsense about where are Tottenham. They won a trophy last season. So what are you talking about?
Where are they? In a lesser competition that we're not in.
All right, Dan. Flipping hell.
What did Lee say? Jez, can I? Whilst you read that comment, can I just say, Jez, I respect you. I watch you, Jez. Where I disagree with you, because I'm one of those people that have turned.
I think a lot of clubs would want it. I think a lot of clubs would want Arteta if he
I think a lot of clubs, but he's right. Jez is right.
A lot of clubs.
Jez is. I don't think he's going to get us over the line. Where I disagree with Jez is I've seen great clubs like Leeds. I've seen Nottingham Forest go down. and not recover. And I actually think we were on the brink of that after the Emre. We had Freddie Ljungberg in charge. We were a right mess. It could have gone even further south. Arteta rejuvenated us, but he's got us up to a certain point. He's our Gareth Southgate. Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on. That's it. He's not going to get us any further.
We were bottom.
I don't think Arteta's the one. I think we need an experienced manager. I think give him maybe to the end of the season with this squad, which unfortunately I think he is destroying.
I think, mate, forgetting that when we lost 3 games on the bounce at the start of that season, we were bottom of the league. Are you forgetting that? We were bottom of the league.
Yeah, after 3 games.
Let's get the facts right here, shall we? Let's get the facts right. Yeah, we were bottom of the league. Tottenham were top.
Yeah, Jez is right. Tottenham won the first 3. Jez is right. We lost the first 3, and we were around 15th, Jez, for about a month or 2. Do you remember, Jez?
And we ended up finishing 4th. They finished 4th, and we finished 5th. That was after 3 games.
Yeah, and what, Dan? And what?
Well, what does that mean, though? I don't understand the point. What does it mean?
No, come on, mate. Let's put it right.
Because he was playing, like Jez is saying, he was playing negative football then as well.
Who was?
Come on,
Arteta was playing negative.
Yes.
When we lost the first 3 games that Jez is referring to, and Tottenham won the first 3, so Tottenham were at the top and we was bottom, he was playing the negative football of pass it around at the back and side passes. I remember it.
Yeah.
See what Lee's saying. See if Arteta leaves Arsenal, Bayern Munich. That's where he needs to end up, like Vincent Kompany, one of these teams. He's not going to a top club like you keep saying, Dan. Bayern's a top club, obviously, but Kompany can get the job.
Listen, I will put money on it. He ends up managing Barcelona one day.
He'll get his ass sacked over there.
He will.
He'll get his
He'll
ass
end up
sacked
managing
over there.
Barcelona. But anyway, listen. First, he needs to win trophies at Arsenal. And look, my thing is right now. Like at the end of last season, I could understand all the hate and stuff. I could understand it. Whether you're in or out, I could understand people being like, you know what, it's got to go. We've not won nothing. When you say it in the hard facts, we've not won nothing for 5 years. Fair enough. We've fallen. Last year was the first season under Arteta that we regressed. So we got better every single season. Yeah, so fair enough. But now we're back. We're back. We're on top of the league, right? We're top of the Champions League. So why would you cussing and wanting a manager out when at this moment in time we are the best performing club in England and the best performing club in Europe? This manager, Arteta, the man who's done nothing and is not good enough, has got Arsenal performing
because we got a chance to win something.
Dan, on that point, based on our last 6 games, Dan, can you see why some people are turning now? Because they're seeing the signs popping up again. 3 away games, no wins.
Same old.
Ambling over the line against Wolves, and we go to our Everton this weekend. I'm not confident. This is why people are feeling this negative feeling come back on top of them now. Do you understand? That's why it's going down like that.
It's been there. Come on, man. I've watched Jez's. I've watched all of these boys' shows, and it's there.
But even you, Dan, the most positive fan. Even you, Dan, the most positive fan. I've just watched you change over the last few weeks, my bro. You're not the same man. You ain't got the same chest no more, Dan.
Listen. After you win, when you win games, you're obviously more you're going to be more confident. You know, when you have a sticky run, it's natural, isn't it? That's a normal thing.
Do you still think we're going to do the quadruple?
I'm one of them people that look in football. You're allowed to change your mind. This whole thing on YouTube, I'm new to this.
Change your mind. Oh, you're doing an e-gal.
mind.
Here we go. Got an e-gal fan because you. No. I've had look. Let's get it right here. Right. Let's get it fucking right. I've had rows with that e-gal. Right. Face to face on thing. Right. And I said to him once, hang on, mate, at the start of the season, you and Arteta are out.
Who was it, Gal?
Yeah, no, not this season. A little while back, mate. There you go. A little while back, year ago, maybe even 2. And I said to him, hang on, mate, you were Arteta out. And he said, yeah, but I've changed my mind. And I said, well, what? So...
But Jez, would you change your mind if we won the Premier League? Would you not change your mind?
No.
Well, see, that's just ignorance, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
not good enough.
That's all right. Look, if he won the Premier League and the Champions League, then what?
Look, Dan,
if he won the Premier League, Champions League double, then what?
Dan, I've watched this club for 50 years.
No, answer the question though. If he won the Premier League and the Champions League,
he is not going to win the Premier League.
Yeah, but okay, if he did. If he did, you'd still want him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want something
But-
better.
No, come on, Jez. That's stubborn.
That's come on. That's
Stubborn, man. Come on.
I'm sorry, you know what I mean.
Yeah, if he
I'm
wins
I
the
respect
Premier
you,
and the
but
Champions
trying to be
League,
trying to be
come on, man.
trying to be respectful as I can, but honestly, that is come on. To
I'm
say if a
taking-
man wants,
I'm taking the
Oh.
piss out of you. I'm taking the piss.
I was going to say, yeah, that was a crazy take. That was crazier than something we didn't think.
If he won the Premier
You got
League,
us there.
look, let's be fair. If he won the
Fucking hell.
Premier League, right, to me, it's got to be Premier League or Champions League, right, and he's gone. Right, I was gassing you out there, to be honest.
All right.
I've said it, I've stated it, right. I've said it on Lee's and I've said it on Dan Potts's, I've said it on other people's shows. If he wins the Premier League and he wins the
yeah.
Champions League, right? I'm not accepting a League Cup.
I agree.
Much,
I agree.
much as I've put, look, if he won the League Cup, I think it would give the team belief.
Same, 100%.
I think it's
it's
like-
so important.
Put it in their heads to say, actually, we can win. We can win. Now, if he wins the Premier League or Champions League, I'll say, fucking fair play, son. I'll shut my mouth and I'll be the first one to turn around and say, I got it wrong.
There you go. You know what? See that? I can applaud that
That's-
all day long. Big respect. And tell that to your mate AFC always.
Same with most
'Cause he-
Arsenal fans, though, isn't
AFC
it?
always look. AFC always is trying to say I'm with Jez. If he wins it, thank Champions League. Thank you. Here's your P45. Well, look, he was only winding us up, so I hope you are too.
Hey,
As you've said
AFC
before.
always is in the darkest place of all Arsenal fans. Don't you know that?
He's
Yeah.
got PTSD like the rest of us, bro.
No, but listen, look, that's look. At the end of the day, that's how it has to be. And look, if we win nothing this season, then I'll be on.
But this
you
is
lot's
my
side.
thing. My thing is this. You say that now, Dan, but
No, I do. I mean
fans
it.
like
I mean
yourself,
it.
come the end of the
No,
season.
no, I
if
mean
you
it.
win
I
the
mean it
Carling
because the
Cup-
reason. But listen, let me finish. It would have to be a top manager though. If you, I wouldn't want Iraola, some geezer from Bournemouth, or a Glasgow. I'd rather keep Arteta. If you're going to bring me an Enrique, someone of that caliber, then I would do it.
We're not
But
getting
I think-
Enrique, bro.
But right now, I think it's disrespectful to even speak like that, considering the position we're in. If we're 10 points off the top, let's start thinking about what manager we're going to get next.
No,
Fair enough.
can I say
Right?
why I disagree? Can I say why I disagree? Because
Go on.
we're already starting to see it unfold. We're seeing the bad performances. We're seeing we're seeing the cracks. We saw against Sunderland the draw. We saw against Chelsea where we should have put them away. We saw
Facts.
just about against Wolves, and unfortunately, it does bring up that PTSD. Number two, he's destroying our long-term assets. I said this to Robbie earlier in the season. Bukayo Saka hamstring injuries. Gabriel's getting injuries now. Declan Rice is probably going to be the next one to go. These are hundreds of million pound players. If with his training methods or whatever he's doing, whatever it is, it's not working. Whoever inherits the squad, they're going to inherit it's like a broken car, bro. He's
No.
depreciating the squad. He's depreciating the squad.
This squad, whoever inherits this squad, they have to win the league. Simple as that.
No,
Whoever manages
no,
this
he
team-
has to win the league, Dan.
He has to.
win the
He
league.
has to.
It's
If another
criminal
manager
if we
comes
don't
in,
win
he
like
has
a
to.
big trophy. There's no excuses no more. There's no excuses, bro. He's been backed. I disagree with Jez. Well, I think obviously he's done a lot for the club, but I think he is our Gareth Southgate. He's hit the ceiling. Goodbye. Let's get someone a bit of experience that can get us over the line. That's my opinion.
I think Hugo, you've hit the nail on the head there with talking about the Lampard thing. Right? Let's not all forget, guys. Start of this season, Josh Kroenke made the statement: we need this season to win trophies. So he runs Arsenal Football Club, right? He owns it. Well, him and his dad, but I think it's Josh now. It's his little baby, and he does what he does, right? So he's made that statement saying we need to win trophies. Quite rightly, because after all the money Arsenal, or the Kroenkes, Arsenal have invested in the club, it's not Kroenke's money, it's the Arsenal money. It's in the bank there, sitting there. So it comes a point in time, guys, where people say enough is enough. You've had all this money, you've had all this support, we've given you everything we can give you, everything you've asked for, and you failed yet again. Now, if he doesn't win, guys, let's be honest about this, guys. If he doesn't win a Premier League or Champions League, let's forget about the FA Cup. And much that I love the FA Cup, I grew up with it. My first cup final was 1971, right? But if he doesn't do the big one, he has to go, doesn't he? Surely, come on. Let's be honest.
That's
He may you may sit there and say, "Oh, he's done this for the club. He's improved the toilets. He's done this and he's done all that and fucking bollocks and all this." Right? At the end of the day, what football is all about is silverware. And if he doesn't bring back the big double-eared cup, or he doesn't bring back the Premier League Cup, then he has to go, surely. Come on.
100.
But you know what?
But Jez,
Sorry, James. Let me come in, James.
Quick thing. But Jez, do you agree with me that even if he doesn't win any trophies, the Cronkies won't sack him?
I think they will, mate. I think they will this time.
What makes you think that, Jez? What makes you think that, Jez?
James, I think
I
because
think they would as well.
I think James, respectfully, Josh Kroenke stated in his opening press conference at the start of the season.
Yeah, I remember.
Right, said this season let me start again. We have to win trophies.
Yeah. But
Right.
Jez, one last quick thing and I'll shut up. Would you agree with this? Arsene Wenger, the last 12 years, was the face that took the crap for the Cronkies. Here's 8 million, take it. Arteta, the reason they gave him 15 million a year, Jez and everyone, is to take the crap. But that's why I think they'll still keep him. But I do remember that statement that he made, Jez, yeah.
That's interesting, though. Jez was Wenger in. That's interesting.
I was.
Someone's called you out here, said, I bet you was one of them fans with the Wenger out banners.
Look, I never walk away from a fight, right? At the end of the day, right, I was at the Emirates, right, when people were scrapping, and I was in the North Bank when I had my season ticket, yeah, and people were having a kick-off, yeah. I've seen a fucking lot worse than that, I can assure you, back in the day. But I turned around to a few people, right, who were Wenger out, and I said to him, be careful what you wish for. Right? And I said, because you don't know what's going to come down that road. Right? The Hornsey Road, you do not know what's going to come down that road.
Same with Arteta, though.
And fellas, and we got Emery in. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Although they didn't want him, Jez, did they? They tried to get Arteta before him and he turned it down.
Yeah, but come on, mate.
No, it wasn't. It was Unai Emery's interview was.
No, they approached Arteta before Emery.
No.
And Arteta said no.
Emery blew them away with his interview.
James, you remember, right? You remember when we brought in Bruce Rioch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we brought him in. Yeah. And he brought in
Bergkamp, and he had a row of Ian Wright.
Platt. Yeah. And all,
he kept telling me right like McGinty from Bolton. He's telling me right how to run like McGinty.
But you knew yourself, man, you were there on the terrace at Highbury, right?
Yeah.
You knew his days were numbered.
Yeah.
We all knew. We thought, why the fuck has he brought in Rioch?
Yeah.
And it was 9 months later, James.
Yeah.
Right, we brought all of a sudden this Wenger fella pitches up, and I thought, who the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm sure you were the same. I thought, who's this guy then? And
the teacher from the Japanese league.
Yeah,
Grand Passat.
Come from Grand Passat in fucking Japan, yeah, in the jail. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's this about? What are we doing? And well, the rest is history. We can go on.
Do you know what, Jez? Just a quick thing. I've been watching you for ages as well, right? I don't idolise people, but I like your content, right? What I'm saying to you is this, Jez, right? My favourite manager as a kid, was George Graham, because that's the first time I experienced what when Arsenal were great, right? And it's so many academy players I could identify on the North Bank. I used to go to the East Stand at Highbury for £1.25. And you remember there was a green door, a man would come up and say, Shakin' Stevens, that's my son. I've been to North Bank. The programme was 25p. The roasted peanuts guy was about 30 pence. And you're right. When West Ham and all these out Chelsea, they used to turn up with all their firms, it was a bit scary. But George Graham, to me, it's his defence that was the best for 10 years, right? That Arsene Wenger inherited. And to me, it's just my personal opinion. My greatest Arsenal manager was Arsene Wenger. Sorry, no, was George Graham. George Graham. What's yours, Ches?
Mate, I'm with you on that one, my friend.
Yeah.
9 years.
He came from Millwall. He came to Arsenal. He built a combination of skillful, good football. Paul Merson was out of this world, mate. Ian Wright, Kevin Campbell, Alan Smith, Paul Davis, Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn, Martin Keown, David Seaman. That team would mash up any team now.
Yeah, mate.
Jez, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go on, mate.
I said this on this panel, and I've said it like last 3 weeks, and I said this on AFTV as well. And I want you guys in the panel to respond as well. I actually think the manager is underachieving at this point in the season. I know we're 2 points clear. I think we should have been at least 10 points by now. I think Chelsea should have beat them. Sunderland conceded. These are winnable games. With the squad we've had, Man City, it was a coward performance. Liverpool, they were there for the taking. They had lost previously, and I think it was Bournemouth. And I know me and Dan have gone on about this, but I really think Anfield, if you want to be champions, you got to go and just attack them. I think he's underperformed.
Yeah. He bottled
I want
it.
to know what you guys think, because I don't know why everyone's bigging. Oh, we're 2 points clear. Blah blah blah. Champions League means nothing at this stage.
No, he did. He's right. Hugo's right. Hugo's right. Hugo's right. You go to a rubbish Liverpool. You got all them attacking players on the bench. You got the best defence, and you play 3 DMs. You bring a crap Man City to the Emirates. Pep plays 11 behind the ball, and you play defensive. He bottled it in them 2 games.
Guys, please, you cannot say. You cannot say that.
Jump back here a bit? Can I just jump back here a bit? Right. This.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Clown area, right? This little clown. Jim Brown, 4369. Bertie Mee, top manager. Do you remember him, Jez?
Yeah, Bertie Mee. When we done the 1971 league double with Charlie George, when he scored, when we beat Liverpool 2-1 in the cup final, and we beat Tottenham at White Hart Lane, and we done the double. Bertie Mee.
There you go. James has spoken on my behalf. Fantastic. Thank you, my friend.
And then we had Don Howe twice and Terry Neal. I'll tell you what it is, right? Do you know why sometimes
you should have a quiz? You two should have a quiz.
Jez, and to the whole world that watch this, you're going to go global, you two Daniels. Get ready, mate. Right? The reason why, Jez and everyone, right, why I get behind Arteta, there's so much hate, right? I used to go football for years and years and never win anything. Do you remember, Jez, when we got to 3 FA Cup finals? 1978, 1979, right? And 1980, and we only won 1. And then we played in Valencia in the European one, and Graham Ricks mixed the penalty. We lost to Ipswich 1-0. We lost to West Ham 1-0. Willie Young took Paul Allen down, right? This cup final team, right? And then years and years of rubbish. Little Brian McDermott as the striker up front, right? All this, we had all. Two I forgot to mention of George Graham, which I should never forget. Michael Thomas and David Rocastle. This team has got nothing on them. Nothing, right? And then when we played, Liverpool were the best team. They shared the 70s with Don Revie's Leeds United. We had to go to Anfield, this crap about the greatest Premier League title, because the First Division didn't exist before, did it? When Leeds United and Hal Kendall won it in 92, that was a good win. When Man United, the corrupt with Murdoch, ruined football, right? What happened was, We had to go to Liverpool, who shared the 70s with Don Revie, right? But where Jez is right, what trophies did Don Revie get? Liverpool won all at least the first European Cup, 1976. Alan Kennedy, they had Keegan, Toshak, all these people, right? Dalglish and all them, Ian Rush after, John Barnes. Basically, what happened was, for 15 years, Liverpool were the best club side in the world. Paisley, 6 titles, European Cups, right? And we went there, and we had to win 2-0. It was the last kick of the day with Michael Thomas. That is the greatest ever win in football history in the First Division and Premier League.
That's true. It was amazing.
Hey, James, you started off on Arteta, but we've been in here and you have been criticising him for being negative, James.
Yeah, because when you voice an opinion, you look at good things and bad things. I'm not a sheep. You don't be a sheep or a hater. There's 2 factions in the world: sheep and haters. Sheep and haters. I'm not a sheep and I'm not a hater.
I'm bringing him to Lee Gunner's side. Don't worry, bro.
You see, the thing is about when people say that. Listen, just because we're behind the manager, guys.
Won the first English European Cup in 1968 against Benfica.
The Fairs Cup.
No,
anyway, look, boys. Just because
we've got 2 European trophies, all these people. The Fairs Cup, and then we've also got the Cup Winners' Cup. Alan Smith smashed it in off the post. 1994, when we beat that Parma team. Had Zola, one of the greatest players. What's his name? The one that went to Newcastle in the 95 run. Asprilla and Thomas Brolin. And we mashed them 1-0.
Hey, James, chill out. Were you there, mate, in Copenhagen?
No, I was too young. Didn't have the money.
I was there. Remember it well.
I've heard that.
Go back to my question I asked the panel, bro. Do you think Arteta's underachieving? Let's ask everyone.
It's a stupid question.
Yeah, because his tactics, when he plays shit tactics, it's like it's so annoying. It's like you've got the players to win.
James, you're hurting my ears now, bro. Calm down,
Come on, guy. Right,
sorry.
I've got to punch this guy right in the mouth, right? Right, it's Jim Brown.
Where is it? What's he said?
James, Jez, if you say, do you remember Jack Kelsey? Yes, I do. The goalkeeper for Arsenal. Yeah. He worked in the club shop, you little Mel. Right. And if you want to call me out, fella, right? I was born in Gillespie Road in my grandmother's back room. Right. Okay. You little fuck arsehole. Right. You want to call me out? Yeah. Right. I lived.
Just on that. When I was 5 years old, my nanny looked after me in Gillespie Road.
Let's just finish. Hey, James, you need to let people finish, my man.
Let me, please, and you can come in. Right. I lived in Avenel Road for 24 fucking years, right opposite the East Stand entrance.
Yeah.
I watched the players walking down, right, in the 70s, right? I used to watch them walking down. I used to go and talk. I used to go and talk with Bob Wilson. I used to go and talk with Charlie George. Right, I can go on and on and on and on. Yeah. So you little fucking arsewipe, you want to call me out? Right? I've got programs over here, right, going back to 1924 when my granddad started watching Arsenal. Right? I've got over 2,586 of my own programs. That's the amount of games I've been.
Just ignore him. He's a mug, mate. Listen, when you talk about Gillespie Road, I don't remember this. I was 4 to 6 years old. My nanny looked after me in Gillespie Road, and I live at the Emirates now. And Pat Rice was an apprentice in Diggs next door, and he used to give me opal fruits and play football with me.
Opal fruits, man, bring it back, bro. That was before.
When I was 4 years old, Pat Rice. This was a big Irish area. All the teams are Irish. Pat Jennings, Sammy Nelson, Pat Rice, David O'Leary, Liam Brady, the King of Highbury, Frank Stapleton, Richie Powling.
James, when you're shouting, it's too loud, bro. It's like cracking.
Sorry.
Just try and keep it down a little bit, please, my man. Everyone,
sorry.
I'm not even had a chance. I've not even had a chance to tell everyone to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe if you can, guys.
Hugo, just to respond to your question, the question I had asked is, Is Guardiola underachieving? Is Emery? These managers that are supposedly supposed to be the best thing, and the guys that would come in, given that you look at where we are, would you say
he's not underachieving? Because if the title, if it ended today, he'd be in Premier League champions. He's not underachieving right now. It's silly. He's not underachieving. When you're top, you can't be underachieving. If he's second, he's underachieving.
Yeah, of course you
cannot. No, you cannot.
Yes, you
I'm
can,
sorry,
bro,
you can't.
because he said,
So
so
if the season, yeah, exactly. So he's not underperforming right now because he's in the position you want to be in.
Shall I tell you why he is? Let me tell you why.
So what are you saying? You should win 16 out of 16 games. It's stupid.
It's the whole argument. The whole argument is that success is being at the top. You cannot then argue that not that being at the top is then failure. You cannot argue.
Let me give you an example.
Exactly.
If I'm a year 11 team and I'm playing year 7s and we're in the league table and I'm only 2 points clear, at Christmas time, I'm underachieving, bro. Our squad is phenomenal.
Jim Brown. I'm in Islington next Friday. If you want to meet up, I'll meet you out.
Don't do that. Louder. Just leave that.
I'll meet you
He's going to be with like 40 man. Watch out, Jim.
I'll tell you right now, fella, you'll have a fucking bad day out because, I'll turn up and go toe to toe with you, right? And then 40 of us.
Want to talk about football, Jez? Let's leave all of that out, man.
The members of the herd, right, are going down to Borough Market for our Christmas do.
Jez, do you know my mate? Jez,
we'll be there.
Jez, ignore them. Jez, ignore them. Ignore them, Jez.
Give it some.
Jez, do you know my mate from the herd? Do you know Dave Sparks?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
he's a very, very good friend of mine.
Hey, Jez, Dave Sparks, was he a serious guy back in the day? Dan gasses him up all the time, man. Was he a serious guy?
Let's just fuck this little cunt off, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Have a little melt with me, fella. That's my herd membership badge, right? Yeah.
Just the keyboard warriors. Ignore them.
There you go.
The herd.
Membership
I didn't even know about the herd. I know about the herd now.
Yeah, come on, bro. Denton and the herd.
Let's have it, son. Let's have it. Come on. I'll be outside Arsenal Tube, 1 o'clock, Friday this week. You want to come toe to toe with me? We'll have some.
Allegedly.
There you have it.
No worries.
There you have it.
It'd be 1-on-1, by the way.
Yes, you're on.
Just no one's going to touch you. You got me, the Greek god, mate. I'll mash him up without touching him.
I'm meeting up with 30 other of the old crew, mate. So don't worry about
but I'm a Greek god, then, man.
Wait, I'd love to be a fly on the wall there. The stories that you must be hearing must be legendary.
Let's see if he turns up first. Because I've had it all the time.
Jez, all they do is preach hate behind the keyboard. Don't give them clout. Ignore them. Do you see how much crap Lee Gunner gets? Lee Gunner just laughs at them.
5 fucking years. Look, he's giving it up. Big Ra, big up Denton. You didn't know
They're
Denton.
sad people. They're sad people. Jez, don't even mention them. They're sad.
Fucking Muppets, man.
Is Lee Gunner in the chat, bro? Is Lee Gunner in the chat?
He was in the chat.
Denton.
You should see how much hate Lee Gunner gets, and he just lost at them.
Lee's the person. He gets the most hate, bro, out of everyone.
Of course he does.
And he knows,
because
and he
if
knows
you
that
speak out, if you speak out like Socrates, if you speak out, then you're made out. Because you don't go with the mainstream, they put you down by taking you on all different levels. So you just got to mug them
Lee
off.
Gunner, man, and big up Jez as well. I've been watching you, man, for years. Trust me, years I've been watching.
Lee, if you're in the chat, say something, man.
That's why I knew. That's when I found out why Dan was so negative. When I saw, because we share our channel, I was just subscribed to all you guys. I thought, no wonder.
The real ones. But yeah, let's go on to the Everton game, Dan. What's you lot's feelings for the Everton games? Are you feeling confident? Me, myself, and I. They call me negative. I'm not feeling good about that game. I'll be honest with you. And I think this is the week where it's going to go a bit pear-shaped.
Let's go to Jason first. I want to see what Jason's got to say because Jason's quite level.
Do you know what? Where I struggle, where I have a little bit of concern is Saturday night, 8 o'clock, under the lights. A rowdy Liverpool, Merseyside fan base who will have been out on the beers all day. They're going to be getting behind their side. Our away support is absolutely superb. Are the players up for it? What have they learned from Saturday? Because what we know, a David Moyes side is, for the most part, you expect them to be difficult to break down. You're expecting them to be in your faces. You're expecting physicality. Are we going to be up for the fight? Who's going to be fit? who might we lose between now and then?
No, hopefully.
Quality-wise, I'm not concerned. Like, I'm not concerned quality-wise.
They're missing big players, isn't they?
And that's it. But then so much of this just comes down to mentality. Like the Wolves side that even though they weren't in the same amount of side, the quality wasn't there. But if you're up to fight and stick it and do your job, we've got to go and do our job on Saturday.
And on that as well, Jace, this could potentially be the first time this season, I think,
but
that
it will
we're
be. They'll
second in the league. We drew twice with Everton home and away last season. So do you think that's going to come into play as well? Because it's going to be a lot of pressure if we're not top of the table going away to Everton.
Yeah, look, I think we played them towards the tail end last season. I think there was a lot of stuff like, again, emotionally around the whole Kevin Campbell, the whole celebration around Kevin Campbell. I don't think mentally we were RIP Kevin. I don't think we were necessarily right in the game. What I want to see on Saturday is a side that go out from the first minute and look to impose their mark on the game. We've got the quality. We've been speaking about the squad that we've built. We've got the quality. It's difficult. I'm hearing people say, he's coached the back line and they can't. They're not at fault, and he's coached the midfield and they're not at fault. If you're going to blame him, if you're going to blame the centre forward, if he's doing a job with other units, like, it's not necessarily going to be all him. There is something about some of those players just taking a little bit of responsibility, and that's what I want to see on Saturday. I want to see big characters, I want to see big responsibilities, and I want to see a big performance, and I think we've got it in us.
Score prediction
2-0.
2-0. Sorry, one last thing, Jason, who would you go for up top?
Look, I'd probably take Gyökeres out of the firing line. I'd probably start with Jesus. I think you can probably get. I think, I don't
think is he ready to start though? I don't think he will start somehow.
I'm not. Look, what I'm probably. I think what they've done is they've built him up. So I think when we played the Villa game, he played away in a friendly. He's obviously had some time against Bruges, and I'm not talking about starting and finishing the game. I'm talking about someone that's going to come on and give you 60 minutes. I think you can start with Gyökeres. I think we're now at the stage where you're looking at some positions and you're going, you could start him and you could start him, and I'm happy either way. I think the chaos that Jesus brings, I think the fact that we need to go out, we need to start fast and we need to start hard. I think you can go out and do that. And I think even if you only get 45 minutes out of Jesus and you bring Gyökeres on at half time, I think what Jesus can give you in that 45 minutes is probably what we're going to need to start the game. And then, we keep talking about finishers. Then you're looking at your finishers to come in and make sure they do something.
Fairs. James, how are you feeling about the game?
Me? Sorry.
No, please, go. James, go.
Sure. What I would do, which is what he's going to do, right? I'd go for their throat. I'd play, if Trossard isn't fully fit, I'd play Saka on the left wing, Noni, who's like a young John Barnes when he was at Watford, on the right, who's up front. Yeah, going to do that, fantasy world. So what I think we'll probably win about 2-0, like Jason's saying, but it's the mentality. This mentality that has seeped in, right? So when we, against City and Liverpool, when he was so defensive, then when he unleashed the attackers, we mashed up Spurs and some other games, right? But it's the mentality, and the players have to apply it as well. But this sitting back and side passing, right? And one last point is this. I would play Gyökeres up front because David Moyes, who I rate as a manager, right? He plays a tough game, right? He's played against a lot of Arsenal teams when he was great, when he was first time he was at Everton, right? So you need someone in the middle to rough them up and occupy them, and the rest of the team start shooting, mate. Don't try and pass it into the net like the West Ham Academy with Trevor Brook and Alan Devonshire years ago.
Give us a scoreline prediction, James, and then we'll
2-0.
2-0 to the Arsenal, yeah? Jez, how are you
Yeah.
feeling about the game, mate?
Interesting, isn't it? We haven't won there since 2018.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
No, that can't be right.
Oh, no, we haven't won there since 2018. We've drawn.
We've won there under Arteta, though. I'm sure we have.
I'm not sure.
We
have.
did. We did. We did. We won there 1-0. I think maybe the 23,
I don't
24.
think we have in the league, mate.
No, we have. We definitely have. Because that was a ground we
Sure,
hadn't
Dan.
won out. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Well, okay, I'll bow to your better judgment.
I'm pretty sure we have.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You
Yeah.
are right. Yeah, it was 23, 24.
Yeah.
But anyway, beside the point. Look, I'm not the icon of Arsenal knowledge. That's Kenny Ken. And you're up against him tomorrow night, mate.
Am I? What? No,
Yeah.
I didn't know I was up against it. How many people was in it, Jez? I forgot about this, to be honest.
There's you, Kenny, Kyle, and Shane.
What are the questions like? You're going to be going way back. Most of them are.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, no. Well, mate, hey.
What time's that, by the way? I need to tune in, mate. What time
What
is
show's that?
6 o'clock.
Jez, what show is that?
Yeah, it's the Arsenal Christmas shit.
I knew Shane was coming. You know that. And you know what? When I called you out on it, though, you said Christmas period. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
In fairness, Dan, I've actually tweaked it, right,
Go on.
in respect because you're not as old as some of the others.
Yeah.
So I've tried to make it a little bit
Oh, appreciate
fair. You know what I mean? I'm not going back to 1920s.
that. Yeah. Are you hosting it?
I'm the quiz master.
Oh yes, good stuff. Yeah.
What's the show called?
I'm looking forward to it.
It's the Arsenal Christmas quiz show, basically.
What time's that on?
6 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Okay.
How
channel?
long, Jez?
What channel is it? What channel?
My channel.
How
Arsenal.
long?
What's your
Jez? 1
channel
hour?
called, Jez?
Sorry?
What's your channel called, Jez?
Jez's Arsenal.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a fun show. It's just fun. There's no nastiness. It's a giggle. Everybody can sit down with a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, glass of beer, have a laugh, and it is purely a laugh. Right?
Yeah.
There's no prizes or anything like that. It's just fun.
Get
It's
James on. Get James on.
Good stuff. Sounds good.
Wait, if you get me on, Jez, me and you could be like the two old gits in the Harry Enfield and his chum show.
Well, if you want to join, mate, you're more than welcome. Right?
This is my first ever. I've done my first ever. I'll probably
Also,
get banned
Shane, I
after
will
this.
say if we win, though, we'll still be top, right? So let's see what happens. I hope you want Arsenal to win, though. We'll say that.
Mate,
Yeah?
look, it's just a fun show. There's no agendas here, right? It's a Christmas show, and it's just a bit of a giggle and have a laugh. People come in and whatever. It doesn't
It's
matter.
about respect, Jez, which is what life and football should be about.
Yeah,
Respect.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot what the question was now. Sorry. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Saturday the game. What do you think?
Oh yeah, Everton.
Yeah, Saturday.
Everton away. Tricky one. I'd love to go into that game. I'll tell you for why. I've been to Goodison Park so many times back in the day. I'd love to go to this ground, but my prediction. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going for a 1-1. Sorry.
No, it's not so bad. I thought you were going to say 1-0 lost.
Is that because of Arteta's tactics, Jez?
Yeah, I think unfortunately that with what we've got happening with injuries and all that shit going down.
Do you think David Moyes will play a low block at home?
No.
I don't either. I think they'll go for it a little bit.
No, of course he won't. He'll come for the attack. Of course he will. and we've got to deal with that. Now,
If they score early, though, they'll put
James,
10 behind the ball,
James.
of course.
I'll
Yeah.
ask you this question, James. Right? When we had Wenger, he used to change the tactics. Now,
Not
I'll
always, Shez.
ask you this question, mate.
Sorry.
Not towards the end.
In this particular game against Everton away, I'd go 4-4-2.
Yeah, that's what
You know
I said
what?
earlier.
I think we might see it.
Jez,
I've
that's
got
what I
a
said
feeling.
earlier, mate.
Never done it.
I've got a
Stop it,
feeling.
Dan.
No, I'm being serious. It came into my head earlier. I've got a feeling.
I've
That-
never liked this
that
4-3-3,
something-
mate, where you
something
play
could-
a right-footed player on the
Something could
left
change
and the
on
left-footed
Saturday.
player on the right. No, mate. Gyökeres needs someone there, nimble, like the old days. Ian Wright, Alan Smith, then would do them.
Sometimes when you change your team, right? If you look at, I was in Bruges the other day and I watched the game, and just seeing it, like so many changes, but we were taking shots from far out. You know, sometimes you change the team.
Arteta's not changing against Everton, against his old boss. He's going over there with the same negative stuff, Dan. Let's be honest.
That's the thing.
No,
I
I
think he's
don't
right.
think
I
so. I
think
think
Dan's
no,
What
right.
makes you say
we
that?
will not. We will go attacking against Everton, 100%.
How do you
Alright,
know?
I have no doubt in my mind.
All right,
Because
Dan.
we always do.
Based on
And you
what?
know what? You see, when we went to the Man City
Based
game,
on every team that we play, we go attacking.
when we went to the Man City game, your thing was one thing I know for sure. When we play Man City at home, we're gonna go for it. It's gonna happen.
we did go for it. We did go
We
for
didn't.
it. They scored early and sat back. We had
Okay,
80% of the
Alright,
ball.
man.
Pep, that was
Alright.
Pep's lowest possession he's ever had in his whole career.
All right,
What do
mate.
you mean
all right.
talking nonsense? We went
You
for it.
are,
They
bro.
put 10
That's
behind the
not what you
ball.
said at the end of the game. You said we didn't go
Bro,
for it.
that's what
Then you said
happened.
we did.
We did go for it. They scored early.
We
The
didn't,
team
though.
scores early and puts 10 behind the ball.
It
It
was
makes it difficult.
lethargic, slow, sideways, Dan. We didn't go
Yeah, we
for
That's
it.
what
didn't
he
go
does,
for it,
yeah.
Dan. We did not go
Yeah,
for
What are
it.
you talking about?
for me, we were the team showing initiative in that game. They sat back, one of the best teams in the world with 10 behind the ball. It's not that easy. Football's not that easy where you can just go for it. They're
All right,
keeping the
Dan.
ball. It said
We
that was a
went-
Do you know
game.
what we should do to
it
get
was
the
a
best out of
tactical game.
Gyökeres? The old-fashioned goal kicks. Get someone else up there with him, right? Goal kicks. Not this.
He's
Do you know what?
useless.
I want to know what you lot
He's
think.
useless.
You know this Raya thing where he keeps passing it at the back? Oh, my God, mate. How many times? That's what I said when he first started, passing at the back. You don't get a goal like that or win a game like that, mate. Get it in the box.
Hey, Shane, facts. Tell Dan again because he's
Old
he's
school
an Arteta
football.
defender.
Get in the
He's an
box.
Arteta
Knock
defender.
those
Yeah.
defenders up.
Right. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. And then they went 1-0 up and he changed it, right? He changed it. No one's perfect. He changed
was
it. He brought
forced
Eze on
into it.
and Eze got the assist.
He
was
went in
forced
negative. He was
into
forced
it.
into it.
Now,
He was
listen,
forced into
you
it.
can say
bro.
you can say we went in negative all you want. City scored
It's
early.
the truth, man.
Pep Guardiola had the lowest possession he's ever had in his whole career.
Yeah,
over
but
1,000
Dan,
games
what
managed.
he's doing.
Why
Do you
did we
remember
stick it on
do you
them,
remember?
bro?
Do you remember when
The season
that
before we beat
season,
him 5-1.
3 years ago, when Odegaard got 15 league goals, Martinelli got 15, and Saka, and they were shooting,
And even this,
attacking
look,
football.
sorry, James.
Since then,
Let me answer this.
he plays
This is-
too
Let me answer
defensive.
this, James. This is not true. This is not true because against
It
Wolves
is.
they
They
went
got
1-0
15
up.
goals
No,
each.
I'm talking to this about this. Wolves went 1-0 up. We didn't go defensive. From the 90th minute, we went defensive. From the 90th minute, we
No,
scored in
went
what?
before
60
that. No,
We scored in the 68th. We were having chances. Robbie said it
No,
on his
in the
fan cam the
first
other
half,
day.
What
it was
chances?
Wolves that
What
had all the
chances,
chances.
Trossard had a chance. We had a few
half
chances, bruv.
chance. Half
We did not
chance,
go
half
defensive. We did not go.
There weren't
defensive.
many chances in that game.
And
bro.
also, Arteta come out in his press conference and said that wasn't his instructions. He never said that.
Yeah, but
He's
that's what
gonna
I'm
say
defending
that.
on
he's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
say that, though, isn't he?
You know, he
Believe it.
wouldn't say that. He would say it as it is.
One
know, the
thing
players
he's
have
great
to
at
take
is
some
talking,
respons-
Arteta.
The players have to take
Great
responsibility for this as well.
Yeah, these Arsenal players, when you get a chance to shoot, bang! Look at Noddy's goal. Look at Martinelli's. You know you can do it. Shoot, mate. This side
Odegaard
passing,
can't.
side passing. Do you know what? Most of the Arsenal games are bloody boring, and you fall asleep. Side pass, side pass. It's rubbish football, mate. Go Anthony Marshes.
He's coming to the dark side, bro.
Hey,
I'm
James, I
seeing
don't know
the
where
page.
you're at. 1 minute
Yeah.
you're here, 1 minute you're there. Where
If
you
you
at,
want to
James?
win this title,
Jez
You
has come
go
on and
there
transformed
and
him.
you attack.
I've
You know what I mean?
transformed
Run
him.
it, second
I take
run
the
them.
credit.
Shoot, smash them up.
Listen, we need to go back to, I said it at the start, 23,
George
22,
Graham style.
23. 22-23, we've got a squad, need to stick it on teams. I think
Yes,
with Everton,
stick it
I-
on them.
stick it on everything,
23,
especially at
24,
home.
we was better.
Huh?
23, 24, we was better.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But now our squad's better, but our tactics are shit because we're
That was our
not
best
brave anymore.
season.
He was brave in 22,
That was our best season since 2004.
100%. And should I
23,
just say, before
24,
I
not
get onto the
22,
Everton
23.
game,
That's a
he
myth
made-
because we played good football. 23, 24, we was good football, efficient, we was everything. We lost the title by 2 points. We won 17 out of our last 19. That was our best season. We should have kicked on after that, and we did.
22, 23. That's what I'm saying.
No, 23, 24, we was even better.
When Xhaka, the last season of Xhaka.
No, forget Xhaka. When Rice come in and Kai Havertz come in, we was even better that year
you're
after.
talking about
right?
what?
No, how can you say that, Daniel? Because that season that you were talking about,
because the
first 19 games, we were mashing them up in the first half an hour. We won 17 games, lost 3-1 at Man United and drew 1.
It doesn't matter because we got 89 points that season. I've got a question here for Jez. Yeah. Under what manager in what year did Arsenal score the most goals in one season in history?
Sorry, didn't quite catch all that.
In what year did Arsenal score the most goals they've scored in one season? And under what manager is it and what year was it? The most goals we've scored in a season.
I know this.
Arsene Wenger.
No, that's not right.
No, it was Arteta 2 years ago.
It was Arteta, exactly. So that season was better
the
than
team that's won the
23.
league. This thing about the best defense. This is the last sentence I make.
I want nothing
right?
with that fact.
It's the last sentence. No, listen.
No, I'm just saying that this myth that in 2023 was better than 23-24 is a fact.
Has been the team that scored the most goals, not the team with the best defensive record. That's why Slot, who said it in his interview, spent all his budget on more strikers and no backup for Kanate and Van Dijk, and now he's up shit creek.
All right, look, we've got some facts here from Shane Gooner. Big up Shane. Under Herbert Chapman, 127 goals. See if that's right, Shane.
That's the.
I'm going at Dan. I'm going at Dan because that's his big. That's his big comment there.
Yeah, that might be. That's in the 30s. In the Premier League, though, in the Premier League era, right? I don't know in the 30s how many games was played or what was going on there.
That was the 1934.
There was 24 teams in the league and all sorts going on there, Dan. Come on, bro. I'm talking about the Premier League of 20 teams.
Do you know that Bertie Mee died in the last year when they won the league in 34? So he won it with another manager. He won it in 31, 32, 33. Then in 34, wherever it was, he died that year. So someone else took over when they won 3 league titles in a row.
George Allison.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is that everyone refers to the 22-23 season. That season we got 84 points. 22-23. The 23-24 we got 89 points, and we was better that season. We lost the title.
I get your point, Daniel. Yeah,
that's the season. That was our best.
No,
season.
but look what Sahel wrote.
Daniel, is that the one where we was 8 points clear with 5 games to go?
No, that was 22-23.
Yeah, 50
so
points for the first 19 games.
Yeah, so for the first half of the season, that was our best first half.
Yeah, because we didn't have the squad. Then we started getting in, like with the squad and all of that came in. He was inexperienced. I'll give him that. But if he played in that same way,
it was the best football, easy on the eye, but that don't win you trophies. I saw Arsene Wenger when play the most beautiful football, the Wilshere goal. You know what I mean? All of that beautiful stuff. But we wasn't winning trophies, was we?
Dan, I disagree with you. Shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why? Let me explain why. If we played those tactics, stick it on teams like we did in that first half of the season, every single game with this squad. He didn't have a squad. He had some shit players like Rob Holding and all of that, Kolasinac and all of that then, yeah? Now he's got a fucking hell of a squad. If we play like that, we rotate the squad, we would be 10 points clear by now. But he hasn't.
But look at his selection last game, Hugo. He plays Nkapia at left, and they won the league in Germany. He should have played in the middle with Saliba and Cape, and then Skelly should have been left back, and Timber should have been right back. What the hell was Arteta doing, mate?
Yeah, he's messing it up, bro.
Can't you see how he's messing up?
Don't you think he should be braver, bro? He needs to be braver.
Yes,
coming back to that point, yeah.
I'll
say it again. I'll say it again on that point. See, when we got injuries, it's not what we need to worry about. It's when that team is fully fit and we've got all our players. That's when we're going to see the madman that Arteta is. Mark my words. Yeah? Mark my words what's going to happen when he's got it.
Yeah, but then...
The backline stuff. Going forward, he's not going to know what to do. He's not going to know what to do.
Yeah, but Daniel, only if he changes his mindset of negative football.
Yeah, it's the negative football. James, have you changed today? Like, do you still believe
No,
Arteta's
I look
the
at
guy?
everything. When I
No,
look
but
at the
do you
good
think
points,
Arteta's the guy? Yes or no?
at the moment, he's got the potential to win the league.
We all know he's got the potential.
But
What? How?
I did
Right,
not
let me ask you a
enjoy.
different way.
But
What
I did, like I
percentage
said,
do you think?
like I
What
said
percentage
earlier
do
in
you
this
think we're going to win the
stream,
league?
no, like I said earlier in this league, in this stream, I didn't agree with his negative tactics at home to City, his negative tactics against Liverpool, his negative tactics against Wolves, and several other games. I don't like that.
What percentage do you think? I'm going to ask Jason this as well. What
Well,
percentage do you think we're going to win?
Now City are back up there.
I'm on 30%. We're not going to win.
Hold on. I just want to reply to. I want to reply to Shane, who has called me out for saying that if you were listening properly, I said we improved every single season, bar last season. That was the first season we regressed. Right. That's it. That's why I understood people being
Don't say
Arteta
every
out.
single season is well done because we went backwards from 5th to 8th to 8th, our lowest in the Premier
Yeah, I'll
League.
talk about him. So
in the last
Arteta,
3-4
every
years,
year he improved. Every year he improved. And when he took us over, we were not 5th, Dan. When he took us over, we were 8th or 9th, or could have even been 10th.
It was like 5 points off top 4. I keep telling you
I don't
that.
care where we was. I'm talking about where we were in the table. The fact is, he improved us every season, bar last year.
How can he improve us and finish the lowest we've ever finished in the Premier League
Dan,
when we finished 5th?
It's about
what do you mean, Dan? Stop
look
saying
where he
that.
took us over. Look where he took us over, Dan. That's
what do you
why.
mean? Look where he
didn't take us over in 5th. We weren't 5th when he took over, was we?
I'm saying the previous season, Dan, we was only 5 points off top 4, Dan. We wasn't that far away.
Listen. I don't know. All I know is we were 8th, 9th, 10th.
But positive Dan's right though. When we look at how he's improved us, it's not just results. It's the structure. It's the academy. It's about its future. It's about how the culture of the club, how we're going to progress in 10 years' time. All of that. You got to give our credit for that. But he's hit the ceiling.
Yeah, it might have took
and now we're regressing.
But then what? Then he smashed it out of a whole other stratosphere, you know?
Got one point less than the Invincible. That said we haven't got the cojones.
Bro, he's talking about Emery. Emery, the most points Emery got for us was what must have been 70 points, I'm guessing.
He finished
right,
1 point off top 4, Emery,
right?
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I
was Emery out. I was Emery out.
He's got 19 more points in it. What are we talking about Unai Emery?
Just to be really clear, we're saying that he plays a demonic style of football. We're saying that he's got half a squad to choose from. He's top of the league and he's underachieving. How does this all tally up? How does this all come together?
Because the negative style, Jason,
relative.
We would have been about 10 points clear, mate. It's not even that. We've just named several games where he just sat
listen, that's the most
and we've been getting,
I've ever heard.
Any team
could say that.
We had 3 away games, we haven't won a game.
Bro, so many teams can sit there and go, we should have won this game.
If you play football like that, you ain't going to win, mate.
Yes.
So
what about Man City?
Yeah, but if
Man City have won every game.
This is why I said it's
relative. No team wins every game.
Man City were there for the taking. I'm sorry.
Hugo, if we win the league,
Man City were there for the
by 1 point, then what?
I'm sorry. Liverpool were there for the taking. He wasn't brave enough. He wasn't brave enough.
Liverpool won it by default.
Liverpool weren't great the second half of last season. They weren't. We could have if we'd bought a couple
of
players
Watford player that said Arsenal got no cojones
last season.
Deeney, right? We've got the biggest balls. We need to use them.
All right. By the way, my prediction.
We need to penetrate.
I think we are going to be. I believe it's 2-0 as well. Everton 2-0.
We need to penetrate them into thrashing them.
I think Everton will score, guys. I think I'm going to go 2-1.
You think they're going to?
No, that's the lead back, man.
Everton at home, they'll score, man. They're like, where are they? Like 6th in the league or somewhere? I think.
But they're missing a lot of big players, man.
No, but
you know what? Last year they had Braithwaite. Braithwaite makes a massive difference.
This whole thing that Liverpool weren't good, honestly, that winds me up. It's disrespectful.
No, they weren't.
Liverpool were fantastic for the whole season.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Mo Salah dried up.
The only time they dropped off, they dropped off when they had the title won.
No,
they weren't great
than what they were. Because everyone was
we had a chance last
just
season,
like Leicester.
Nah, man, I hate when rival fans do that. I'd never do that, bro. They won the Premier League and they deserve it.
It's not against Liverpool Football Club. It's about football.
January we bought no one, bro.
At the start of last season, when I said we weren't going to win nothing, and I said, "What if Liverpool win it ahead of Arsenal, and that's it? It's over. It's done."
Yeah, I had fans like
you said that, Dan.
No, I didn't say that, bro.
What did you say then?
I didn't say that. I would never say that. I never understood people not taking Liverpool seriously. The amount of trophies they've won, they had 4
It's got
world-class
nothing to do
players
with
in
the
that
past,
team.
Daniel.
And you said nothing about Liverpool last season until they was actually in it. You didn't. You had it down between
No,
us and Man City.
No, I did not. Let's go back,
Alright,
Rob. I'll
Dan.
go back and get it all out there. It's all there. It's
But
all
we gave
recorded
up in
there, mate.
January. We gave up last year in January.
Yeah,
We didn't buy
that's it.
anyone,
I
bro.
think Hugo's
Kevin
right.
Skelia
Hugo's
was
right.
available.
Hugo's right.
Skelia.
Do you know what? You could have got Ollie Watkins, Guna, right? You could have bought anyone, right?
Kevin
This
Skelia.
club gave the title up in January. Hugo, 100% correct. And you know
100%.
what?
We gave up
Even
last
if you don't
season,
win
bro.
it, at least go and
Unacceptable.
buy the tools to win it.
Why
And
do
they
you think I
didn't.
changed, bro? These are the things that I saw. I saw us give up.
January was a big,
Poor,
big
bro.
bottle. January, Hugo's right, was a massive bottle job. Massive.
And you know what? I'm seeing the same patterns now, bro. This is what's pissed me off recently. I'm saying the same day we were playing last season is the same way we're playing this season. And these games end up in draws. Like last year, Liverpool weren't great. Think about how many draws we got.
Yeah, exactly,
Think about how many
Hugo.
draws they got. They won more. Like, do you know what I mean? It was there for the taking last season.
Of course it was.
Liverpool were brilliant.
You got to have a
They
killer
weren't brilliant.
instinct.
They were. That's why
You
they-
need a
that's why they
killer.
were
You
not
need to be
brilliant.
ruthless.
They were brilliant. They were so clear, bro. They were on point. They were on
Jez,
point.
Jez, let's ask the Don Jez. Jez, were Liverpool brilliant last season?
Let's say again, mate.
Was Liverpool brilliant last year?
Or was everyone crap?
Or were
No,
we
they were-
crap?
No.
That's disrespectful.
I'll tell you what that reminded me
Terrible
of.
football opinions. That is.
I'll tell you what that reminded me of was the season when Leicester City won the
Yeah,
Premier League.
2016.
Let's put that in the equation, because the only team to beat Leicester City that season twice was Arsenal.
Twice, yeah.
Right, the rest of the teams
Manchester
fell off the plate, right? And
Because Tottenham drew 2-2 with Chelsea, fucked it up, and we bottled it.
everybody else fell
Exactly.
off.
Look, this is the first time me and Shane have agreed on something. Can't be crap and win the league. It's impossible. Listen, that Liverpool team, people got short memories. They were smashing teams. Salah got 29 goals, 17 assists. They were flying towards the end.
But Daniel,
Listen,
who
they
challenged
dried
them?
up because they had won the
Daniel,
league.
name one club that challenged them. Go on.
We were challenging them till January, but it doesn't matter.
We
What does that mean?
bottled it, mate.
That means
January
that's how good they
was
are.
a bottle job.
Hold
Here,
on,
Liverpool
hold
have
Hold
the
on.
title.
Hold on. So because no one's chatting, that's not their fault. They still got to go and win their games, and they won them comfortably.
But
that was
they
a
didn't win
brilliant season.
towards the end. They didn't. We
Yeah,
had
that's
no
what
pressure.
They
we
had
didn't
it
mean.
won. They were 15 points clear. They were concentrating on
Because
Champions
we
League or
gave
whatever.
it
Come
to
They
on.
were on the beach.
What a
They were
play.
on the beach at the end of the season. Let's be real. They were on the
Exactly,
beach.
man. They had it. They won it. They killed that league last year. They smashed it to smithereens, bro.
Right, listen,
Let's be
listen.
real.
One quick thing where we were bottle jobs. In that January, right? Also,
I don't
Hugo, do you
care about
remember
us.
this?
I don't care. We were
Hugo,
shit
do you
last
remember
year.
this?
Liverpool were
Aston
brilliant.
Villa
Simple as that.
went out and bought 5 attacking players. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
5
Rashford
attacking
and all
players,
Rashford,
Asensio,
Asensio,
and all these others,
Marlon.
right? And you're going for a title and you don't buy anyone.
Yeah,
Bottle
I was gobsmacked.
jobs.
I was gobsmacked what
Yeah,
they
look,
did
that's
to us.
that's
Wasted.
nothing to do with Arteta, though. To be honest,
It is to do with
It
Arteta,
is to
bro.
do
It's
with him
not,
because
bro.
he
The
didn't.
only reason we're here now
Oh,
is because
please,
of
bro.
Berta.
Dan, what are you talking about? It wasn't to do with Arteta. We know that what he wanted. He wanted Sesko. He couldn't get him, so he decided, you know what? I'm not going to punt on
If
Watkins.
the club, that's the most stupidest things I've
He
ever
should have
heard.
got
Come on,
Watkins
guys.
at least.
What are you
Yeah, he
talking
should
He
have
should
about?
have got
someone.
Watford.
Because you're
Do you
sitting
think
next
any,
to Arteta.
mate, do you think there's
Rashford
any
went
manager
Villa.
in the world? Are you not thick? Are you not stupid?
You
Sorry,
must
you're
be,
really
Dan.
frustrating me
You
now.
must be.
Do you
You
think
must
there's any manager in the world that'd be going for a title and they'd go to the board and go, yeah, you know what? There's 50 million. Go and have a player. And he'd go, nah, don't worry, I don't want it.
No,
No
'cause-
manager in the world.
No, because
would do it.
We
Jesus
don't
and
know
no
what's
manager
the
in the
reason.
world.
Jesus and Havertz weren't injured at that time, and he already thought of internal solution, guys.
Yeah,
Marino
Saka
had
was
an
out,
internal
Jesus
solution.
was out, Havertz was out.
Listen,
What a bottle
no
job.
there's no manager in the world that would turn down.
No, but
No,
he
that
thought
was a bottle
he
job.
didn't see the injuries coming. He didn't see that, and that's
All
poor
our
planning. That's
strikers
why
were
it is
hurt,
Arteta
mate.
as well. He
Even
didn't see
if they
those
were
2
fit,
injuries
still
coming,
should
bro.
have bought some.
He should have.
And
And
do you
then
know
when
what?
they
What
did
you
come,
got to think?
too late.
There's a theory going round that it was Berta came in and said, we're not going to get Isak. It's over 100 million. It's a waste of money. We're going to get Gyökeres and get others. It was Berta that got Gyökeres. Do you think we should have got Sesko instead?
That's what I wanted.
No,
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's who I want.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
not gonna lie,
that
I
man
would-
was champion
I think
for
I think you'd have suited our style play much better. Big
Yeah,
6
he
foot
would have.
tall fella.
He
I think
would
he'd
have.
have been much better for us. Time to
And what
grow.
you got to
all of that.
remember, when a player's at a club, he's not the rubbish player if the club is shit. Noni was class. Now, at Chelsea, he was shit because Chelsea was shit, right? A lot of these players, just because their club's suffering, don't make them a crap player. Sesko is not a shit player. It's because Man United is shit and he's had injuries.
That says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sums it up, doesn't it?
Anyway, this psychopath right now, as us top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, flying. Let's see.
Why isn't he
Flying.
bringing the best out of Eze? Why is Eze just
Let's see if he can
walking
win us the
around like he
Premier
did
League.
against Villa with that goal? One flash in the pan goal here and there. Mate, when you play football, you play like the total Dutch
Hey,
football
Waffle
you ain't
Dog
right.
put this
You
question,
run and run to your
Hey, Waffle
spitting
Dog
blood.
asked this question. One
You want to
second,
win this league, you run to your spitting blood.
James, calm it down, my
Yeah,
boy.
and I remember what
Bro.
you said, Waffle Dan. His question is, why have we looked worse
Yeah,
since Odegaard's come into the team?
facts.
Oh,
I
I think that's a bit unfair because Odegaard didn't start against Wolves. You know, he's not started every game, and it's clearly more to do with the fact that we don't have Gabriel and we're conceding goals. You know, so I think that's
But
very
you can't shoot on
unfair.
target.
Going
Dan.
forward,
Can't
Dan,
shoot
do you
on
think
I don't rate Odegaard. But at the end of the day, I think it's unfair to say that. I think
But then it's
the
the manager,
the main
isn't it?
reason we've
Play
been dropping
Ranieri.
points. The main reason we've been dropping points is because we don't have Gabriel. We're conceding goals. We're still scoring goals. We're actually scoring more. And if you look at the
Why do
game
you keep
against
saying we're
Wolves,
scoring more in terms of what, Dan?
because we are.
Premier League.
Yeah, we're scoring more. We've got four.
How?
We've got 4 against Spurs.
Go on.
We've got 2 against Wolves.
Go
We've
on.
got 2 against Brentford.
Go on.
We're
We've got 1
scoring
against
more.
Leeds. We've got 3 against Nottingham Forest. What are we doing then?
Whoa,
Talking
time out. 2 goals against Wolves.
Yeah, and I'm saying with the goals we've scored, innit? I'm saying before we actually
We
scoring
didn't score
more
them, Dan.
in a cluster of games.
Dan,
Yeah, I know we didn't score them, but it's still our
Dan,
goals though.
score them. Wolverhampton Wanderers scored 3 goals.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it did.
we'll just take 2 off our goals scored, shall we? On the table, we'll just email the
Yeah.
Premier League and ask them to just
That's
2 goals off.
bollocks, isn't it? No, come on, mate. Be fair.
The thing
there
with
are goals,
Odegaard
though.
is half Arteta's
You
fault.
make teams
He's
score
been
own
telling
goals.
him for 2
right?
years,
They didn't
pass
just
it
get the ball,
back,
turn around and kick
pass
it in
it
the goal.
sideways. Don't shoot. Don't lose possession. Half of it is Arteta's fault. And the other half where it's Arteta's fault, like he did to Saka and done to Jesus, play them till they die instead of rotating. That's the reason why Odegaard is crap at the moment.
Hey, James, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I thought you were an Arteta inner.
So
No, I
did
support
but
when
he
he's
would.
doing the good stuff, but I'm
He
not a
was at the
sheep,
start of the
mate.
stream.
I will call people out on
He was at the start of
on
the
things
stream.
they get. But when you get with a woman, wait, Jez, let me ask you, Jez, listen. When you get with a woman, there's things you like, there's things you don't like. End of. There's things she likes about you.
That's a good analogy.
There's things she likes about you, and there's things she don't like about you. There you go, mate.
Fair play. Oh no, fair play. I'll take it on the chin. But
Yeah, you're a young you was a young romantic Romeo in the dance halls like me, so you know the score, mate.
Okay,
But
fair enough. Good
are
argument.
you liking the woman at the moment, my brother?
There's lots of women. I'm in a big sweet shop.
I'm talking
But
about Arteta.
initially it tastes
Hey,
nice.
D
then
Gunner
it
is
goes
true
bitter
though,
and
isn't it?
twisted.
He was
like life.
rampaging. He was doing speeches for Arteta at the start, and I was like, "Go on,
Hey,
James."
he had a go at
Nah.
me. He had a go
Yeah.
at me.
Nah, yeah, you'd go at you. Now he hates him. What's going on?
No, but this is what
The thing
facts
is,
bring out.
though,
Facts
look,
and logic bring out people.
No, but the reason
persuade
on those
people.
interviews about TV,
the
I
facts are
just
he's
sit there.
performing.
I'm not a
he's the best
name.
performing
I
manager
just,
this
I
season
just stand there
in
for
Europe
3.5
and in the
hours
Premier League.
in the
Put
cold
some
weather
respect on the
and
man's
wait
name.
for, and I listen to so
Simple
much
as that.
hate. And the reason why I like football in the first place rises up in me. When my dad used to take me to watch Arsenal, I go and support my team, and we might lose, we might win, right? But when I have to stand there and listen to just nothing but negativity, I end up thinking, "Fucking hell!"
I can answer this. I can answer this question. I can answer this question for you, man. I think he wants to tinker, man. He likes to play. He likes to change the squad every single game. Change 5 players.
Ranieri, Chelsea, Leicester.
Respectfully, right?
Oh.
I'm being respectful.
Go on.
Right. When was your first visit to Highbury?
Highbury, I would have been
I was
about.
about.
He's
My
talking
dad took me when I was
to
about
James or me.
two. About 1970.
I'm sorry. Are you
Yeah,
asking James, me or
yeah.
James?
About the same time as me. About the same
There you
time.
But it
So-
don't matter how old you are.
No,
I
hang
could be a
on.
mug.
Hang
I could
on,
be an
hang on,
idiot.
hang on.
There's a Greek Cypriot saying, Jez, right? When my dad
James.
used to say this to me, right?
Wait.
My
I'm
dad
not
used
fucking hell,
Mate,
man.
quickly,
Hey,
to answer
James,
you,
give him a
right?
chance,
My dad
James.
just, right, when you call someone
James,
a donkey, it's
James,
an insult, right?
James, please, bro.
Man.
Please,
I'm not having a
please.
pop at you. I'm not having a pop at you.
You need to let
I
other
didn't
people
say you
speak,
was.
James, my man.
Fucking hell, man.
No, I didn't say you was. This is funny. My dad used to say to me, "You're a donkey. You're like jackass, like Americans say." He goes, "But a donkey does a job in the farm. What the fuck do you do, James?"
Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever.
A young donkey can become an older donkey. It's still a donkey.
Yeah. All right, mate. We've heard what you got to say. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say to you is, right, you made a statement there about people complaining about Arsenal, right? Back in.
Too much.
But it's always been that way, man. Come on, man.
No,
You fuck-
in this modern, intensified social media world, there's so much hate everywhere. When I used to go, like, Jess, let me ask you this: when you used to go and watch Arsenal,
Shut up, right?
I muted him. Oh,
Forget about fucking social media, right?
Yeah, I needed a break there. It's hurting my ears, bro. Fucking hell.
You can't give
he's
it
still
up.
talking. Look.
You
Oh,
can't give
mate.
it up, can you? Right, and then, look, back in the day, right?
these
when you
plastic clubs and plastic fans.
fucking hell, man. Can
Go on,
I
Jez.
Yeah.
right? At the end of the day, back in the day, right, when you stood on the terrace on the east stand lower or west stand lower, north bank south, clock end, you used to hear it all going off, right? It used to go off. I remember it as a kid, right? When I got my first season ticket, it's 77. Right, and I got I first time I got in the North Bank, and you used to get all the hatred. People saying, "Fucking hell, this is shit, fucking bollocks," blah 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 blah, and it would go on and like whatever, right? That's how it was, and it ain't changed, and he's still going on. He's still like a fucking traffic light. But at the end of the day.
But listen, we all moan at football. Come on, bro. Every single person moan. Dan couldn't believe it. Yeah, when I went to football with Dan, because obviously he knows me, like I'm positive when I'm outside of the game and I'm trying to talk. When I went to football with Dan, he couldn't believe it when I was slagging off Odegaard and going mad and all that. But when you're in the game, of course you're going to be in emotion. But after, you know what it is you see with me? I'm used to arguing with rival fans as well. And I know they prey on our downfall, and they like to come and see it. And do you know what I mean? So that's what it is as well. Like I like to. It's just we all support our teams in different ways. But when I go to the game, if you're playing fucking shit, you're getting slated. Simple as that. You're getting paid how much you're paying. You know what I mean? You're playing for the club I love, wearing the red shirt. I'm going to be getting onto you, of course. And there's another thing, Dan, you said about earlier. Oh, you're saying you can't, like, you'd be surprised if I say something about Arteta. Listen, no one's perfect, mate. You know what I mean? No, just because I'm backing the manager and I believe he's going to be the manager.
Dan, you know what it is? There's
one of the
backing
big
the manager,
trophies.
then there's you, Dan. Some of the stuff I've heard you say about that guy, man, Flair, you take it too far, man.
It's not. It's not. I genuinely believe if he gets us over the line this season, he could go on to be one of the best.
Yeah, and I'm praying that he does, Dan. But if he doesn't get off over the line, I could never see you saying that it's time for him to go. That couldn't come out.
I've already said it, Dan. I've said it.
Until the time comes, Dan. Until the time comes.
I've said it. It would have to be an elite manager. I would not be taking Irola, Glasner, someone to start all over again, and we could end up finishing 5th, 6th, to be even worse.
Ancelotti, bro.
But you say that. Look at Liverpool last season. I know Slot's not doing well now, but no one would have said bring Arnie Slot in. Sometimes you just need the change.
Right now, it's not blind faith, because right now, no,
but he only got in Slot.
Look where we
because
are.
Klopp left.
So right now, it's not blind. Right now, I'm right.
That's the reason he got the job.
I hear you.
Shall I tell you what I think that's going to happen? I think Ancelotti ain't going to. I don't think Brazil are going to win the World Cup. I think he'll be available. I don't think Arteta's going to win any major trophy. And hopefully we'll get Ancelotti in for a season or two, get us over the line.
But what people will turn around and say, look what Arteta done to him in the Champions League. That will be the statement. We don't
It don't
want our
matter, bro. Ancelotti's a winner. We need someone with experience, knows how to
Yeah, but
manage
he
big
also does
characters.
well with players that have already won. He doesn't really manage
just
a team
wanna
like
win
that.
a
He just
major
kind of lets them
trophy.
go.
I don't care who it is. I just want to, and I think an experienced manager, like, listen, if Ancelotti walks into that dressing room, every single player will respect him. Every single player. And he'll get the best out of them. There'll be none of this negative football shit. He'll know
No,
how to
Shane, I
manage
don't.
players.
But he
I don't-
didn't do it at
I don't-
Everton, did he,
I
Hugo?
don't think Glasner would get us
It's a
over the
different
line.
team, bro. Not with this squad. I cannot
Yeah,
see
you're right.
Ancelotti
No,
not
you're
doing
right.
it.
You're right. We should get
Pick up
Jurgen
Nick
Klopp.
Close. I
Do
don't
you know we were
but
going to
yeah,
get
but
Pep and Jurgen
Klopp's not
Klopp
managing.
before Arsene Wenger?
Yeah, but that's not happening, man. So like, why are we talking about things that are never going to happen? Do you know what I mean? The only one that's realistic,
Yeah.
in it, man.
Wait.
Lights
It
up,
can
man.
happen. Wait, it can happen. If he goes on a run between now
Bro,
and
Klopp
let's say he
is not
loses the
that.
next 5 games.
Oh no, I'm saying the
Arteta's
manager
out,
could
bro.
change. The manager could change. Yeah, I'm not saying it couldn't.
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp, it's not happening.
Oh no, forget
Ancelotti
Jurgen
is
Klopp. I'm
retiring.
saying,
He's
let's say
at Real
Arteta
Madrid.
loses the next 5 games, man.
He's at Brazil
I
now.
think
He's not
despite
coming to manage
the
Arsenal.
statement that Jez said about what Kroenke said, right, about winning trophies, I'm telling you, mate, that 15 mil a year, second highest paid manager in the world, he's the yes man for the Kroenkes, like Wenger was the last 12 years. They ain't going to sack him. And I'll tell you that now.
I think you'll be surprised, mate.
Jez, they don't sack people.
Can you see the future?
Well,
Maybe you've got a crystal ball, Shane.
I think you're wrong there because
Just 15 million a year. Arsenal Gunner, it's the same.
Fucking hell. What about jump in? Last season, they sacked one of their managers in the NFL.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they
Which
didn't
is the
achieve.
cash cow for their teams.
I
Anyway.
agree. Look, I think if we won to Carabao Cup or an FA Cup,
Let's put it down.
they might keep him, but they won't keep him if we win nothing.
If this manager doesn't win shit this year, right, they've given him time, they've given him license, they've given him like the leash, if you want to put it that way, right? If he don't win anything big this season, he's gone.
I think he wins the Premier League and the Carabao Cup. That's what I think. This season.
Well, if he doesn't, he's gone. If he doesn't, Dan.
No, I agree with you. I think that will happen.
He's gone.
I think the amount of money that he spent and all of that. We're Arsenal Football Club. At the end of the day, the Kroenkes are going to want to win. They've backed him, and that would be it. Look, I think as well. If we won a FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, and then we went really close to the title and got to a semi-final of the Champions League, then they might keep him. But if we win no trophies, I think he would be gone.
If I can add this into your conversation, they brought in Berta, right?
Yeah.
Right? He's a ruthless bastard, right? And he's sitting there like a vulture, waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think, I personally, if you want my honest opinion, it was Josh Kroenke who's brought him in to say, fucking sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, honestly, that Berta is sitting there, look, making the signings, maybe not the right ones that Arteta wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think they're right. I think they're the right signings for the club. Personally, I think they are, but they don't suit the style of play for Arteta. So we can argue about that as long as we want. But the fact remains, there is something going on behind the scenes, and I would not be at all surprised, Dan. I wouldn't be at all surprised with the contacts that Bert has got, having been at several clubs. If it all goes shit at the end of the season, come May, and we ain't done nothing, and we ain't winning the Premier League, we ain't winning the Champions League, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see an announcement saying Arteta's gone and this guy's coming in.
Yeah. Jez,
I would have knew that.
Berta's already got one of his Italian mates in. He's slowly getting them in already, mate.
Yeah, he is.
Let me answer this question here. 'Cause this is what I have to totally agree with to what Shane has said here. The fact that he's physically destroying all of the assets to players will definitely play a factor. Okay. I thought he said the players. I misread that. I thought he said the players would want him gone because the players
I
love
said-
our player. They absolutely love our player, love Arteta. But look, with the injuries, look, I have to say, a lot of the times I've said this, I feel like you guys just will pick anything to bash Arteta with, even when we're doing really well. You know, there still seems a lot of negativities when I watch your shows. And listen, they're good shows, but sometimes I think the negativity is too much, especially when we're doing well. However, one thing the other night, I said to my mate, why is Ben White starting? Because that was his third or fourth game played. And I couldn't understand for the life of me why Ben White was starting that game against Wolves. Because you could have played Skelly at left back, Timber at right back, Capie Saliba. You know, there was options. And he's played Ben White, and he's just come back from injury. He's played him against Bruges, played him against Villa, and who was the other game?
He's stubborn.
That's 4 games that he played Ben
He's
White
stubborn.
in, which I don't think he needed to play in. And maybe he thought it was going to be an easy game, but I watched it right in front of me. He's darting back to get back, and he's got the hamstring, and now he's out for a month. So the injuries are starting to become very concerning. We
were thinking about it, and I said the same about Norgard. If the argument for bringing Norgard in over someone like a Lucien Agume, who maybe a bigger talent is the fact that he's Premier League ready. If you can't start him at home against Wolves and against Brentford, what are you doing here?
Jason's right. His performance at centre half was magnificent.
And when he's come in, it's a bit like Jorginho. We didn't see Jorginho for months, and then he'd come in, he'd play 4 games, he'd do a job, and then he'd drop out, and then if we run Mendy into the ground, we run Rice into the ground, we absolutely have no one other. And then you're going to ask in a similar way to Ben White, where Ben White didn't play any minutes at the start of the season, and then you ask him to come in and go, right, mate, now you've got to play 4 games in 10 days.
Yeah, that's too much.
Good luck to you, fella. Good luck to you.
Jason's right.
I said it, bro. James, you were there. Did I not say this in September?
Yeah, you said the midfield is the next ones to be battered.
I said the injuries are going to cost us after we beat Forest. I saw it. I foresaw it. I see the same pattern, same script.
That's right. And Jason's right.
And
Norgard's right.
Well, 1 minute, James. Do you know what the worrying thing is? There's going to be a point where the players aren't going to start believing in the manager soon. And they're not going that we're going to get over the line.
No, I never see that. That will never happen. Those players love that manager more than anything.
No, but
they are together. That whole squad is together, and those players are together.
Have faith
but Jason's right. Let me say Jason's right.
It's a losing mentality.
Jason's right. Norgard was a leader. He was the captain of his team, right? When they were with a small budget doing so well. And he came in, no one's mentioned this. What a magnificent performance at centre half. Yeah. And he should have he's now knackered Zubimendi. Before that, he knackered Declan Rice with his broken foot, right? He knackered Saka with 2 hamstrings. He butchered Jesus with all those injuries. He butchered Havertz. He butchered Mekelesh. You've got all these players. If you believe in them, why aren't you rotating them, mate?
Thank you. James has turned, bro. We've turned him, Dan. He's on our side.
Bloody hell. But James,
Norgard should be starting. He's a leader.
James, are you James, where are you with Arteta though?
No, I still support him because I love my football club.
Yeah, but if you love your football club, if he's damaging,
I'm going to see what happens at the end of the season.
Do you think he'll win?
I think he can do it, but I'm not impressed with the tactics in the last 5 games.
James, come on, man. It's supporting the football club, not the manager.
Yeah, I love football club. See, for instance, this star boy, Saka and all that, I don't support players, mate. I support Arsenal Football Club. No manager, no player is above the club. Full stop.
No, you just said supporting the manager.
Say again?
But by supporting the club, you support the manager and the players as well. They're the ones that go out there and do it. They're the most important.
No, Jez, I support him, but if he's doing things that I think are wrong, I'm going to call it out like Hugo does.
Yeah. I to answer that, I switched after last year, January, and then I just looked at the PSG game And I thought that first game at home was pathetic. It was cowardly. I think we could have been a bit more attacking. I just think that we gave up in some of the games when we had too many scores. I lost faith in the manager. So Sahal asked that question. That's why I changed, bro. I just don't believe he's the man that's going to get. I think, and I'm with Dan. What Dan said earlier. I think he has done a good job. I think he's got us to a certain point. Thank you very much. But I think you're our Gareth Southgate. That's where I am.
But right now, right now, we don't know what's going to happen. We could, you know what I mean?
I wanted Ollie Watkins instead of Gyökeres.
Hold on. People keep talking about the quad here because I've said before that we could potentially win a quad. Listen, that's not changed. We're in the quarterfinal of a Carabao Cup. We're top of the Premier League. We're top of the Champions League. The FA Cup ain't started yet. There's still
but Daniel, look at we were 10 points clear, mate.
And we weren't 10 points clear. When were we 10 points clear?
7 clear of Man City. Yeah. And then this
negative football
has brought us down to 2.
Right, before I go, I've got to go now.
Yeah, I've got to go as well. We're going to wrap it up here now.
Cheers, what's your show tomorrow?
James, you've got to remember, right, and you will remember, when Terry Neal was our manager, right, and we went and
they marched to Islington Council, got him a sack, gone.
Yeah, when I went up on that march up to Islington Town Hall, right, and we had to call him out to get him out.
Yeah.
After the 3 FA Cup finals.
And he was a great player. He played for Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't forget all that.
I'm just saying.
That was in the 60s. That was 65, 67, right? But we, as fans, walked up to Islington Town Hall.
Yeah.
Called him out to get him out, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is there comes a point in time.
Yeah, I'll get you, Jez.
Where you have to say enough is enough.
Yeah, I'll get you, Jez. Yeah.
You wouldn't have done that if he was top of the league, though, would you?
Sorry, say again, mate.
You wouldn't have done that if he was top of the league, though, would you?
Hang on, mate. We just beaten 3 fucking cup finals.
Yeah, I know.
4.
You didn't win any.
Jez, the European one. 3 FA
I'm saying
the European one. 4 cup finals.
Has there ever been
finals and a league and a cup winning cup final? Right?
Yeah, has there ever been a manager that's been sacked where his team were top of the Premier League?
Yeah, Ancelotti.
No,
and the guy that scored the
Ancelotti won it when he got
from the halfway line for Chelsea.
He was not top of the Premier League when he got sacked. Come on, guys.
What about that Italian player that was at Chelsea when they won? Was it the league or the European Cup? And they sacked him that year.
European
Cup. They sacked him the year later.
He scored the FA Cup goal, the quickest FA Cup goal.
I know you're on about
Di Matteo.
Again, they sacked him the year later when he was like 7th in the league and he'd just gone out of the group stage of the Champions League. Totally different. No manager that's
Chelsea standards.
Of the Premier League.
No, it's because Chelsea standards are higher. That's why.
It was then.
Yeah.
You can't sack him now.
Yeah, but no. Exactly.
They went and got the best players: Drogba, Makelele, Lampard, Joe Cole, and they went and got the best manager, Mourinho.
I've got to go.
Lads, we're going to end it up. Last thing.
Before you go, Dan, let me ask
percentages. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll call it a day.
My one's 30% win. I think 30% chance to win, 70% no now.
80% will win it.
85% to win it.
There you go. Jason,
this is like bloody playing poker.
70%. Jez,
what?
The percentage of how sure you will win the league, percent wise.
No.
0.
I'll tell you for why.
Do you have any hope at all? Or was it just?
Look,
I'm on 30%. Jez, what percentage are you on?
It's the same old, isn't it? Right. We start off well. We get to Christmas, and I'm not blaming Arteta for this because we've done it under Wenger as well, right? We get there, we get up like come Christmas, then January we go right, and all of a sudden Man City step up. Now it used to be Man United under Fergie. Now it's Man City, right, under Pep Guardiola, and all of a sudden it all goes a bit shallow. they're 2 points behind us currently.
Mm.
Yeah, coming into the Christmas period, difficult time of football. Let's get it right. And then we've got to go into the new year. Yeah, and let's get it right. We've got some difficult games coming up. We've got the League Cup against Crystal Palace. So,
Brighton, Aston Villa.
yeah,
Give us a number. Give us a number, Jez.
Home. Well,
Percentage.
Brighton at home have done us a few times. Let's get it right on that one.
Give us a
So-
number, Jez. Percent.
I'm not convinced, mate. I'm sorry. With the injuries we've got, it'd be interesting. Yeah, positive, Dan. It'd be interesting.
0%, 1%, 10%, 20% chance to win it. What do you think?
I'm going to go 50%.
Oh yes, Jez. Go on. Love
Go
that.
on, Jez.
50-50, Jez. Wow.
I'm
Love
on 30, Jez, and I've got less.
Yeah.
You
I'm
got
on
less.
40. That's where I'm at.
No,
I'm
it's
at 40.
because Jez loves Arsenal and you always believe in your club.
Of course I do. Fuck
Guys,
me.
everyone, I want to thank
Manager.
everyone for coming on the show.
What about,
big up
positive,
everyone
what
in
about
the chat.
negative, Dan? Negative, Dan? What did you say?
He said it. He said 40%. I want to thank everyone who's
Hey,
tuned in.
James,
Thank everyone
before
who's
we go,
liked.
Dan, James, you ain't got no channel, have you, James?
No,
Oh, yeah.
this is my channel. I'll run this manor now. I'm joking.
You ain't got a channel. Jason, have you got a
No,
channel,
bro.
bro?
I just love
Jez,
your-
I know you got your channel. Jez is Arsenal. Make sure you go and subscribe. Waffle Don was earlier on as well, so subscribe to his channel as well.
And I remember the quiz tomorrow, 6 p.m. on
6
Jez's
p.m.
channel.
on
Just to
Jez's
answer
Arsenal. I'll be
Negative Dan.
tuned in.
Just to answer Negative Dan. Negative Dan and Positive Dan, the rest of you, took my virginity tonight. It's my first podcast.
Pause.
You took my virginity. Enjoy.
Right.
Well, hey,
It
on
was
that note,
orgasmic.
on-
It was
on that note-
orgasmic.
Right.
on that note, we're
After
going to
12.
call it a day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it,
Bless
man.
up, people.
Thank you, guys.